But I did turn the render distance.
Oh,
Whoa.
sorry.
Whoa.
I was trying to click back into
Wow.
my game.
Coming in hot.
You hit me out of free cam. I was still in free cam. The next minute I was back.
Well, hello, everybody. Good to see you too.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it
Welcome.
going?
Hello.
Hello.
So, what are we doing here, guys?
We're creating.
Attempting to create brand new opportunities, a lot of frightening new machinery.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're qualified noobs.
Pretty much.
Well,
pretty much.
Well, me, at least.
Nah, I haven't modded in a while. Modded, yep.
Yeah.
We're using some mods, folks. That's right. Yep.
It's going to be an interesting series because, like I said, we're going to learn a bunch of new things, and we've got a few interesting things planned for all of you.
Yep. We want to have some goals out here, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to build some machines. We got a few big mods in, Create being probably the biggest of them. We've got that new chipped mod, which seems awesome. You can texturize pretty much any block, and so for builders, yes.
I'm really excited about the chip mod and just building some awesome factories. And
I can't wait to see what we do out here. And we also have, the biomes you'll go. And look at this biome. It's so amazing, right? Unlike any biome you've ever seen. Perfect. Oh, nope. There is a red tree in the background.
Yeah, there's some red trees.
A little hint. Yep.
The big adventure. What?
Yep. Big adventure. Oh, that's on me, isn't it?
That's on you. So Maya, you have to choose a direction, and we'll get lost in that way, that general direction.
I see that red tree over there, so I'm thinking we go that way.
That way.
Okay.
No.
So opposite way.
Actually, I'm thinking this way. Uh-oh.
There's
I moved in the cam mode.
Over there.
I'm lost.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. I did it. I got back. So I believe we're going to try to build fairly close to each other, but, we'll see. We do have waystones if we need them, right?
Yeah, correct.
But for now, maybe we just start trekking and see what we find.
I like that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. None of us have an idea of a base locational biome yet, but if we see it, we'll know.
Yep, blind seed here. Love that. We don't know what we're getting into.
I love it as well.
Hey.
And Dio left.
Oh, no. He's over the series already.
You said it was the worst seed, and he left.
Ah,
Thanks.
my free cam. There we go. Now we're all reset.
We're
Perfect.
still in free cam.
Hey, welcome back, Dio.
Hey, welcome back.
Let's go ahead. I'm thinking we head off this way and just kind of see those big trees over there with the red trees. They're looking pretty good to me. Good call. I was just hearing some pretty loud block breaking.
Yeah, some pretty loud seeds being gathered.
Yes.
Wow.
Hypno grab seeds very
So
loudly.
sensitive.
Maybe we grab a little tree really quick.
I'm punching my first tree.
Nah, I think we're good without tree.
No tree?
No, I'm taking tree. Wow.
No.
Oh, I thought someone just picked up my log. I'm like, that's not nice.
I just farmed that. You know how hard that is right now?
Oh, there's some new blocks in here.
Oh. Very nice.
Oh, look at that. And there's
quite
deep
cool.
slate up here too. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite high up. I'm gonna have to make a pickaxe so I can see what this is.
It's
Is
azurine.
it Viridium?
Azurine?
Oh, okay. There's Viridium also, which is kind of like the same, but green.
Oh, that I've seen before. I see now it's getting dark.
Yep. I'm starting to get a little worried now.
Okay, I'm gonna make a sword.
Should we not be mining right now?
Probably not, but we're doing it. So
Oh, I
see a brown sheep. I see two white sheep.
Oh.
Oh, that's
3
good,
white
that's
sheep.
good.
Awesome.
3 white sheep. So we've got a bed and we've got one player asleep. So, ow.
Dude, I may have hit you.
You did. That's fine.
I'm
I
sorry.
got one white wool.
Ooh,
I've also got
here's
one
some
white
food.
wool.
Bunch of food over here. We'll probably have to dig in somewhere for the night here pretty quick.
Zombie! He's got an axe! Oh my!
Oh, you were slain.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
He hit
great.
me twice.
Oh, no, now I got a skeleton on me.
Ooh,
We need to dig in. I'm dead. The skeleton.
Got my stuff, and I'm dead.
Okay,
Well, hello there, everybody. As you can see, This is our current base out here in the world. We have been gathering material and sort of just getting used to our new environment. There's a lot of new biomes here and it's all pretty foreign to us, so we are enjoying exploring. The main thing though is the materials, and as you can see, we have been working on gathering stuff. Now this is not going to be our main bases. We're all going to spread out, and right now it seems like we're kind of circling around this area but off in a distance slightly. So we'll all be fairly close, but far enough away where we can each be doing our own thing with our own machines. We have all been very busy at work so that we can have a very productive season out here. You can see Hypno's even gathered some of these blaze burner things, which is nuts. I had an amazing death loop in the nether trying to kill some of these guys and things going wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong. Luckily we do have the gravestone mod here, so that helps a lot. Also, I want to talk about mods. We've just kind of mentioned it, but we are using the Hermit mod pack. I guess the Hermit Create series mod pack. That makes a little more sense, doesn't it? I've got a bit of a base idea, a small bit, but not much. I can probably build this anywhere, and we'll see how it goes. Now, it has been a while for me since I've used the Create mod, and I have been really wanting to use it. So I'm super happy to be back here, but I've got to practice some stuff. I need to remember how to work with Create. It's been a while since I've made a real contraption other than the Lambo. Yeah, we don't talk about the Lambo anymore. But since we need materials, it's all about stockpiling stuff right now. I feel the best way to do that is a tunnel borer. And I've never actually built a tunnel borer. I've seen Tango build some of these, and I have a general idea how they go. I'm going to try my hardest not to build what Tango has built, but when I think about it, it's like, well, that's how you do it. That's kind of the only thing. So, I'm going to do something. Yep, I'm going to make a tunnel borer, and yeah, we'll see how it works, and we'll talk about it, and I'll probably keep this tunnel borer throughout the season and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade it until it's the super tunnel borer, maybe best tunnel borer of all time. And here we are out at the makeshift iron farm. Hypnojo and myself are thrown together really quick so we can get some iron generating. Yep, that's one of the items we are going to need a lot of, especially here in the beginning, and it's one of the harder things to come across. So we threw this together to help us out. Now we just need to figure out how to get some zinc. Really quick, let me cheaty cam on up and I will show you what we got going on here. So as you can see, this is just a cobblestone version of my basic iron farm. Inside, we've got 3 villagers getting spooked by a spooky zombie. And they cause the iron golems to spawn up here, get thrown down there, get moved in the water stream into this little bit of a cooker here. Now, I am not sure exactly what the other guys are going to be doing, but for myself, I plan on rebuilding an iron farm at my home base when I have a home base. And since that will be my actual dedicated iron farm, unlike this one, which was just temporary really, I will use Create in some way to make that happen, which is one of my goals. I want to use Create in pretty much all the stuff I do. So this farm doesn't count. And this is the Tunnel Borer Mark 1 officially that you just saw in a bit of a time lapse doing some work. Yep, I am really liking how this thing performed. You may have noticed though, it did lose momentum here and there and I had to go along and do this. To push it along when it would slow down and that would help keep it going. But that's not ideal. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't have to do a bridge layer for this because they still have a problem. They can't really bridge an open gap, so that is an issue. But it is still better than the alternative of me laying down the tracks the whole way. For now, you can see we have 49 drills right here, drilling sort of a tunnelish looking path. We have all these great chests that will fill up with goodies as it mines them. I have this cool little seat here that I can sit on, hang out on, and then also get access to up here. And currently it's also raised, so it kind of helps give me a little protection because I don't plan on putting a torch layer in this. But, you know, maybe by Mark 5 or so, it will have some form of torch layer. Anyway, over here we have this thing. Yep, it picks up the rails. So if I place out a rail trail or it's placing out its own rail trail, this thing will clean them up and put them back into the system so it can keep going. Pretty dang cool. Over here, these are toolboxes and I am loving them. As you can see, you can open them and they hold inventories like so. Here's this one, and you may notice here, 253 rails. Each slot can hold what's described as a large sum of items, which, yeah, I don't know the exact number, but there's a larger amount and it's pretty cool. If, say, I had some of these and some of these in my inventory, I could just hit this button and they all go back in. Couldn't be easier. Now, these boxes, as amazing as they are, there's a bug involved with them. Turns out, if I put a Minecraft contraption like this into a box, it bugs out, and then when I open it, I crash and lose everything on the inside, which happened to me yesterday and set me back quite a bit. Up to that point, everything I had been doing was grinding towards this so I could grind more materials so I could get up and going quickly. But then yesterday, I lost the box and the contraption and all that, and I was bummed. So I started resupplying and it was going slowly, and then I realized I never tried another feature with this box. And it turns out the feature fixed my problem, so crisis averted. This is the original borer. I got it back, and now, as you can see, of course, the toolbox works. You may wonder what I did to fix that issue in case it ever happens to you. Well, there's another way you can access those toolboxes. Say I'm over here and I'm just doing some work and I need something that's in one of those toolboxes. Well, all I have to do is hold down the Alt button and look at that. We have this cool button, return items to nearby toolboxes, same kind of button, but it will deliver any items back to any toolboxes in the vicinity. And if I want something in this toolbox, I just click it and I click, say, that, and as you can see, nothing happened. Because if I recall correctly, yep, I don't have any of those. So that was a great test. Let's try it again. How about my goggles? There they are. So as you can see, this toolbox is pretty dang amazing. And once you start using it, it's like, wow, I want more and more of these. They're so handy. But anyway, now I have been gathering material and things are going well, and I need to get a base started. Well, Dio has already set up base kind of over there, right across the river, and he's already got a house and it's pretty sweet. He's using all sorts of the new decorational blocks and integrating them just masterfully, if you ask me. Hypnojo, he has been spending tons of time around home base alpha here, making sure we have all the farms we need and material gathered up that we might need, and it's been super handy, but he also needs to pick a base too. So that is pretty much what we're going to be doing next. Okay, so here we are in a little tiny bit of a clearing, and I'm thinking this is where I'm going to set up my home base for the season. Now, let me show you a little bit better where we're at. Moving on up, you can see we are on a little bit of this land mass that stretches out right on the edge of this nice river. And as you can see, I've got a town right there, super handy if I need villagers or anything else. And I've got some cool mix of biomes around to give me some nice stuff to look at, some different trees and all that. So, I recorded a little scene out here at my current base location, and it didn't record the audio for some reason. Not sure what happened there because it's working now. Now, in that footage, I showed off a little bit of the camp here and talked about my plans before I went to go ahead and build my plans. I have now built my plans. Yep. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the camp now and what's going on out here and what I've built and all that, and maybe even why there's so many loud sheep. And let me tell you, yesterday was a lot worse. Tons of sheep. I spent like hours shearing sheep for the base build. But it's done. And now we get to talk about it. So, first of all, this is the area. I got a ton of storage going on here, like a lot of stuff thanks to the borers. Even more over here. We got some cool lights. This is the decorations blocks mod. Yep. It has these cool different tables that affect different things. This is also a lantern. And these are just things that I've tried out, and you can throw things in them and they'll give you all sorts of crazy variations to decorate with. And we are going to be decorating with them this season. Over here, this is awesome. This is a super cheaty smelter from Create. There's a lot of legit ways to do smelting in Create, and then there's this way. What I have going on, we have just a little bit of a windmill, nothing special, powering 3 fans that are blowing lava. Yep. And then we have this chest here with a chute under it. This chute is just going to drop items straight through no matter the size. So everything I put in there is just going to go blah right there. So check this out. If I go ahead, throw all that in, look at this. So much copper. In just a moment, there's a lot of it in there. There you go. It's starting to turn, More is turning. I think it's all done. Look at that. Not too bad. Few seconds of work for all of that instant smelting at really 0 cost, except for maybe a death if you get too close to the fire. And then over here, the borer. Yep, this is maybe version 2.0, I guess. There are like 75-ish drills on here, don't remember exactly. And there are a ton of chests. This thing destroys the ground. And you can see I added a crafting table. I have a seat and a bed. I also added this little area where I can kind of safely AFK if I need to, or I can just hang out here if I want to and I don't want to be sitting. You know, a couple different options. Options are nice. The boar, loving it, getting me so much material. But I'm sure you're wondering about the base. What's the big base deal, huh? Well, let's talk about that. My plan this season is to build a sky base. A sky base platform, and then probably more as I need more room, because this one probably won't quite be big enough. Let's take a look at what we built. As you can see, it has a big top platform. I'm going to put like a control tower in here, maybe a home over here, and then stuff around there. Each one of these windmills has over 5,000 stress units. I don't really remember the exact number offhand, but that little bit right there is putting out a lot of rotational energy. And there is one on all 4 sides. So I plan on putting something in each one of these sides that uses that ability. And it will also be plenty enough to power anything I want on the top or even down in here where I have a lot of space to work with stuff. I'll probably put a lot of storage down here that I can access from above. I can run shafts through here to go to other places, and it's gonna be awesome. Just wait. But you know, for now, It's been a little while since I have put out a video, and I have been going nuts because I want to get them out. I want to get back on schedule, but I had to do a bit of reset. I had to figure some things out, and yeah, now we are on track. So videos are a go again, and I can't wait to show you guys what we'll be doing out here. Dio, Hypno, and myself. And remember, check out their videos. They're coming. I saw Dio just got out a video today, and I can't wait to see it. So for now, from the Create Contraption series, not sure what we're calling it yet, but have a good one, everybody.
Ooh, you ain't feeling if you're trying it. Ooh, gotta believe the future's brighter. You owe it to yourself to do it, only brings you joy. So shut up all that noise, yep, shut up all that noise. Hey, just chill, I got all the time to kill. Yeah, I got good vibes, good vibes. I'm too blessed to give in to any stress. It's only good vibes, good vibes.
I am so observative, let me tell you. I've been running around my base here for a little bit doing some stuff. After being here running around in this general area for, I don't want to tell you how long, I realized there's that barrel and chest in the middle of the area that wasn't there before. Obviously, I would say a gift for me, I think. I hope. I mean, I would assume. So I am pretty sure that gift is from Dio because that is a gilded barrel, which comes from the chipped mod. Yep. Now we had been using the mod and realized that the barrels weren't in it. So after digging and digging and digging, Deosil was able to fix the problem. And now we have barrels. And not just barrels, literally like over 1,000 more new blocks that are just amazing. Pretty much everything vanilla. Look at that barrel. Imagine if there were different types of barrels. I mean, even just the different types of woods would be fine, but wow. All right, barrel. Ooh. Ooh, wow. I haven't got any enchanted books yet. Mending books, oh, the best. Thank you so much, Dio. And I assume it's from Dio. If it's from Hypnojo, thank you so much, Dio. Spruce logs. Yes, I have had an issue with spruce. I can't find much of it. And it's been starting to worry me because spruce trapdoors rock. Gilded spruce trapdoor. Oh! Speaking of the update to the chipped mod, some things have changed. It has updated the CTM, and this part looks a lot better now, if you ask me. But the top isn't as planned. You may remember more of this style block in this large area out here. It has changed quite a bit. It's not the look I was going for, but it's there. I think I'm going to keep it as it is, and we're just going to build a lot of stuff on top of it, so you won't even notice in the long run, hopefully. But yeah, that's what happened up here, if you happen to notice. So I was working with the tunnel borers and thinking about a little mechanic that Create has within it, and I think I've discovered possibly the super cheatiest way to do this. Kind of like my super smelter. But I don't know if this is going to work, so we're going to take this adventure together. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down a rail, put down a cart assembler, and put down a cart. And maybe I'll put down that just to connect it. What I'm thinking is if I glue here, right? Let's drag like a pro, drag like a real pro, all the way over to here, and there. Okay, so now we have this crazy sized block glued, and I'm just gonna do this. Bam, now it's all glued together. So what will happen if I pick this up? Uh-oh, it works. And if I pick that up, wow, look, we got diamonds. Now that is just part of my crazy plan here. So phase 1 of the plan is looking pretty good. Phase 2, what happens if I just take this cart contraption and I need that. So I take the cart contraption and I put cart assembly down. Let's put this down. Oh yeah, it works. This is crazy, folks. Check this out. Wow, I'm excited. Forgetting what to do. Okay, so I'm gonna pick it up. Bam! Look at that. It just cleared out this massive section in a full-on instant. Like, full-on instant. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of stoked and excited about this one. And then all the material from that area, obviously the gravel fell from above, but all the material just falls down. This is insane. Am I getting it all though? I don't think I'm actually getting it all. I'm gonna risk these diamonds and see if I can get them. So let's try this one more time. Okay, diamonds, I got a bad feeling you're about to vanish forever. But it's all in the name of Minecraft Create Science. What happens? Oh no, I got 2 diamonds, everybody. It works. So let's power it, pick it up, pick everything else up. Oh yeah, there's XP everywhere. I should have known. But, I'm still not believing this. What's going on here? I should have redstone, clearly. And I don't. Well, I was about to tell you guys it's a success and a failure. Success because obviously it clears big sized rooms with just a moment's worth of work fairly easily, but we don't get the material back. Then I had a thought. And going into free cam, if we go up, we can see a ton of material. Yep, here's all of the lost material. It uses Minecraft's mechanic of if an item's stuck in a block, it goes up until it finds air. And that's just what all these blocks have done. Look, there's some way up here even. Oh, look, diamonds. I gotta come collect all this. Look at all that material. So I was thinking about the little cheaty minecart contraption thing, and I realized there is a way around the items going up through the ceiling. All you gotta do is put something like a slab on top of the contraption itself. And if it works like I just told you it did, when I pull this away, you'll see a bunch of blocks drop down. Haha! So there you go, super cheaty and super handy. You may remember a moment ago when I was talking about this barrel and the mending books that came along with it, not to mention some spruce logs. I gave all the credit to Dio, and yep, thank you so much, Dio, love it. And then Dio asked me if I was the one who gave him the books and all that. And I misunderstood him, so I'm like, thank you so much, Dio. You're the best. I love him. Appreciate it so much. I owe you big time. He's like, wasn't me, maybe Hypnojo? And I think he might be right, because Hypnojo's the only other one on the server with us. So, Hypnojo, I'm sorry, but thank you so much for the barrel, the books, the logs, love it all. So I have gone around down here and cleaned up the area. I've moved out all my bulk storage. There's hardly anything down here. A little bit of leftovers, some valuables. Oh, and all my create stuff. Yep, it's all down here, but it will move eventually. Anyway, my sky base. Currently, the only real way up there is this scaffolding line, which it's way up there and takes like a minute to get up top. And that's just not going to do. And so I decided I wanted to do some form of an elevator because I love create elevators ever since I made the one in my Let's Play series. And I barely got to use it. So this one should be much more useful. And I'm thinking starting it right here, a little platform that connects up there on this side. And I'm going to have a special elevator system right here that leads up to the ramp that takes you off onto the skybase. So obviously I have seen Corrales' video where he made the create elevator and it looks so cool. I love the style, the girder look especially. Now I'm not going to try to copy his actual elevator look, but the girders, yeah, right when I saw them, like, I want to build that, and I'm going to build that. But it's not going to be exactly the same, and it's going to have a slightly different type of elevator in it. So I've gathered some material, cleared this spot. I'm hoping a creeper isn't walking up in front of me right now about to kill me, and let's get to it. Oh yeah, look at this elevator. Finally, I have a decent way up and down that's not too slow. I'll get some rotational speed controllers later and speed this thing up even more, but for now, I am pretty happy with it. Unless the elevator is in motion, there will always be one elevator at the bottom and one at the top, so anyone can use it. You just have to find the one that's there, obviously, not that one. When I push this button here, it sends a wireless signal up to the station that's inside that windmill section right there, and then that sends it back to a wireless controller that's at the top, which is controlling the gear shift. And you toggle that gear shift and it reverses direction. Pretty simple. Here we are at the top, and just look at this. Very classy, very industrial, and little steampunky, and I have a method of getting up to my sky base. Now, I wanted to make sure the elevator and the sky base were separate structures, so this walkway had to look like it was part of that structure, not this one. And the way I did it is kind of implying that this thing rotated down into position. It can rotate the stairs up there, and it can rotate the whole platform right here. Not really. I mean, I could make it do it probably just fine with Create, but I wanted to leave it just like this. And then down below, just some decoration, some lighting to make sure no spawns happen, and yeah, just to sell the whole look that this is a working mechanical contraption. And then, of course, we have these great brass flywheels, I believe they are, and they're spinning wildly out of control. So there it is, the elevator is complete, and now I can move on with other projects out here. A little sneak peek. Well, I guess it's not a peek, it's a thought, a little sneak thought at what's going to happen in the next episode. We're going to finally kick off the challenges, I believe. And the first challenge is probably going to be something that is super useful for us at this point of the game. So be sure to catch the next episode. And thank you for watching this one. And for everybody, I'll see you next time.
So that'll do it for the episode, everybody.
Yep. We don't need to see ours. This is it. We went to the best first.
We're just going to eat here.
Yep. Hey guys, good to see us all back together again.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
So we're here because of our challenges, right? We kind of talked about them in the past, and it's time to set them off.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, you sound so thrilled about that.
I know, I'm excited. I'm stoked. It's just new to Create, so it's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be fun. I'm excited. What we're going to do is we're going to have a theme each time we do it. I don't want to say week or episode. We don't really know how this is going to work just yet, right? But we're going to have a theme. We're going to have to build something in Create that meets the requirements, right? So if we wanted to do an iron farm week, we all have to come up with a way to do an iron farm. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yep, straightforward, not too complicated.
Awesome. What were we going to do this first week?
So
I'm hungry.
Are you hungry? I'm also hungry. That's
yeah.
I'm not currently hungry, but I've been hungry a lot.
Almost a nice lead in.
No. So that's the big thing. Food's the biggest problem.
There you go. That'll make you hungry in an instant.
I'm hungry. I need food.
Oh, stomach's growling.
Yep.
So we're going to make some kind of food farm with Create, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting, eh? It's interesting. I checked all the food types and I think I know what I'm going to do.
Nice.
Me
nice.
too.
Well, we've probably gone on a little too long here. We should probably split off and get this going because this is going to be our intro, right?
Yeah. Agree. Okay, bye.
Awesome. Later, guys.
Oh, my base isn't this way. It's this way.
So, guys, welcome to my humble little house. And are you guys ready to see my new farm?
I'm loving it.
I'm ready. I'm
I'm
ready.
definitely
I'm still
ready.
hungry.
Okay, so I'm gonna start a bunch of the machines while we're here for the first time. Might be dangerous doing that, but here we go.
Oh, look at this.
So it's just a small little wheat farm. So basically we've got a little harvester that just runs in a circle, and every time it passes by, it just deposits everything into this little portable storage interface. So I'm gonna start it up. Let's see if it goes. It should go.
This is the biggest wheat field create farm I've ever seen.
It took quite a while to plant because, believe it or not, there was not enough seeds on the server, so I owe Maya seeds.
No, you don't. Oh, that is so nice.
So yeah, so it deposits, so it's going to take quite a while to empty this, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's going to do
Oh,
the second round. Yeah, it's going. It's
And that's
pumping out
just-
the items on this side.
That's just a quarter of the field, too.
Yeah.
So if you guys want, there's a temporary little thing down here, because the thing is, we can't be crafting the bread ourselves, so I have a small little contraption down here.
Oh, wow, look at this.
So items come through, the wheat and stuff drops, it gets crushed, and then the flour gets sent to the mixer to make dough, while the seeds get transferred out. And then we've got the dough balls going through, and they get cooked up into bread. And yeah, bread is quite good, but I thought, why settle for bread if we can have sweet rolls?
What? You're making...
What?
Oh my gosh,
So
you're
that's
already
sweet
making
rolls?
sweet rolls.
So to get sweet rolls, we need milk.
What?
So this is what I call the milkery.
Wow.
So yeah, we milk cows, and I actually haven't put the buckets in, so there goes the bucket. So empty buckets come on this side. We get the cows milked, and they come back out this side.
Wow.
We drain out the milk, and it just recycles the same 12 buckets over and over and over. And
Would you
then
look at that?
all of it gets piped up to here, and up here is where the magic happens.
Wow, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I thought the bread was the end of the line.
No, this was part 2 that I didn't know if I had time, and you guys can see I've been tasting it a little bit, and this first barrel's
Wow.
my new food source.
I am
Wow.
impressed. That's awesome.
Got a whole little factory, and it's quite an amazing little build, and I learned so much, eh? Just this little contraption alone taught me so much about create, and I have to admit the milkery is my favorite part, this part. Yeah, so this is basically my food for the season.
That is
Very
awesome.
nice.
My farm is so
Sorry?
simple.
That's why I think I overdid it so much.
Mine's pretty simple, too.
Yeah, we're not going to look at mine. We're just going to do your two.
I'm
No,
gonna
we're
try
gonna
one of
look at
these
it.
sweet rolls.
Yeah, grab some sweet rolls, because I might change from 3 pixel me to 4 pixel me after eating all the sweet rolls.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Can you-
that's it.
I am jealous. Sweet rolls. Ah.
Because that's the thing. Ooh, this place looks dangerous. Sleep.
Where do we go?
Hypnoton.
Oh, I see that. I thought it was one of the fake names.
No. Well, here it is. This
I
is,
like it.
The Tower
this
of
log.
Bread.
Bread World.
Haven't thought of
Awesome.
a good name.
Bread World. You know
B-dub.
what to name it.
B-dubs.
First of all, is this your... Oh, it's your colors. Is this going to be your theme for the season?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't even
I'm
think about
loving
it as
these,
being
eh?
my colors,
Well,
but yeah,
It looks like your skin.
it does. That did not occur to me until you said it.
Very nice.
All right, so we have the little wind feather, as I call it, that's powering the farm.
Ooh, I like that name.
I do
Produces
like that.
5,600 stress units. Much smaller than previous wheat farms we've seen on this server. Oh no! I just broke.
and he's breaking it. Should I feel
Anyways,
sorry
so
for the
yeah.
build?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, I'm just playing. No, this is
Wait,
cool.
Well, if you want to come inside,
How does it deposit?
I actually produce bread differently than the way Dio does, so that's interesting.
You said come inside and you vanished.
Oh, he's downstairs, but I'm first looking at how does this deposit the
Okay, so in the middle, see there's the thing
Yeah.
pointed down. So
Yeah.
it goes through the dirt and connects to one that's below the dirt.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
This thing's a trap.
No.
I don't want to jump and break your field, though.
Oh, yeah, you even removed the scaffolding. That's rude.
It didn't all get removed for me.
So we go
So,
inside.
yeah, inside the side.
So yeah, go inside. And now you're trapped. No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's the ladder. I'm like, I don't know where to go.
It's a little tight in here. Okay.
That looks good.
So I don't use the grindstone to grind up the wheat like you do. I use this millstone over here.
Oh.
And then, so yeah, the wheat comes down and then it separates the seeds from the wheat. The seeds go down into the composter so I can get some extra bone meal.
Nice.
And then the wheat goes into the millstone, which goes into this auto crafter, which combines it with a bucket of water to make flour. The empty bucket then gets spit out the side here, goes around this, and water fills the bucket back up right here. I did grab some wheat before we came here so I can show you guys it in action. It's currently grinding the wheat up, and then that's gonna go down into the crafter.
Did you throw it in that
And
chute?
there- I put it in the chest that's up here.
Oh, okay.
Although
Oh, I
I
see.
don't have any
Maybe.
buckets.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I
about
guess
this.
I'll put a water bucket in here because I don't know where my bucket went.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it refills. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that refills the water bucket.
Nice. Oh, I just
And
stole
how do you
something.
put it?
The flour gets spit out this one here and then gets triple cooked.
Oh, and it
And look,
it
we've
gets-
already gotten 20 bread since I put that wheat in.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow, that's fast.
And it just
Yeah, it
fills the
is.
autocrafter with a normal hopper. Oh, ooh, this is really fast.
Yep.
I like the fact that Hypno used things that I would not have thought of, and that I like.
I'm glad that we did it differently.
Like
That
this
is the
pillar.
one consolation.
Yeah, because that's a nice thing about it. Because I wasn't concerned when I heard you said you're doing bread as well, because that's what makes Create so awesome. I mean,
And you knew you were
can
doing
do it-
sweet rolls?
no, he didn't. I did not.
No, but
I told
Okay.
him there was a part 2, but I don't know if I was going to get time to get to part 2. And
I'm happy you did.
I'm happy I did as well.
Oh yeah, I'm hungry.
Can I have some bread?
74 wheat.
Please, sir,
Yeah.
may I have another?
I got a dough on me. Here. Yeah.
Oh, I've got 5
I
dough as
just
well.
got rid of
There
all
you
this
go.
dough. I'm rolling in dough.
Oh, yeah. My farm does it all.
Wow,
Not
look at
really,
this
but hey.
place.
Yep. Welcome to Skybase, everybody. I know it's your first times being here, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Here we have
Yeah.
sheep farm. Yep. My food for the season is going to be mutton.
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 Nice.
And this is a real simple little build.
I've got questions. Why are they dangling like that?
Because why not? Right? This
Okay.
this is more fun to look at.
It is.
I mean, this
It's
makes you
very
happy,
colorful.
especially now that they're colorful. Yeah. At first they were all white, and I wanted to make sure they were all getting bread because Hypno was like, "You sure it's getting the ones in the front and the back?" I told him, "Yeah, of course it's getting them," and I had no idea, so I tested it. And yeah, it works. It works great.
nice.
Yeah. If we look down here, since I've been gathering, you can see what it's gotten. I've done some AFKing here to
Oh,
get
and
some
it's a
food
wool
supply
farm.
up. Oh yeah,
Nice.
collects wool too, and I've got the 3 primary colors plus black and white and orange, which is my color, being made in wool. So you can get a whole bunch of colors coming out of this thing.
Oh, so it also uses the encased fan to cook them.
Yep, 1 encased fan cooks them. No extra power needed. What happens is the babies, they just hang out down in this little area in front, and they eventually grow up. And when they grow up, they're tall enough to hit a bit of water that's above them. And that makes them float up and on over this red barrier into these seats. They fall in the seats and they stop moving because they can't move because they're on a seat. And they get cooked and everything gets sucked up nice and clean.
Is that why these sheep aren't moving either? Because they're on a seat?
Yeah. It's like being on a boat or in a mine cart. It keeps them persistent.
Oh, that
and
is so
yeah.
cool.
And they're
Okay.
these sheep on each side are my like decoy sheep, I guess. They're calling the other sheep to them so they don't all bunch up at the parent sheep, and that helps make the farm produce a little cleaner, smoother, more efficient. If they're on this side, aggroed on these little decoy sheep, then they grow up and go straight into the water farm, or to the water farm, to the water stream.
Is that actually a thing?
What? Yeah, they're here on purpose. That it helps.
I did not know that.
It like fixes their AI so they're not going nuts. But some of them still are trying to get after the parent sheep. Oh yeah, there you go. One of them just grew up. And
no sheep were armed in making this farm.
No. It's all an illusion.
I see stacks of sheep that have been harmed.
I added this right over here. Every time a sheep's bred, it produces a little XP, so you can sit there and get some XP maybe. Yeah, if there's any.
Oh, I did. I got okay, I can TP.
Yep, super XP farm as well. And then back here, this is the whole system itself. Super advanced. We got a belt powering it. And yeah, this is just wheat in here that's feeding the sheep. So I'm going to need a wheat farm.
I know a guy.
I know a couple guys. So yeah.
I've learned quite a lot, and I've got even more questions. Where did you get those belts?
That's just a regular belt. You can dye them. Is that what you mean? Because it's red?
I did not know you can dye them.
Well, there we go. That's our first challenge is done, and I think it came out
Challenge
pretty well.
complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dio made us all look bad, and he's the newbie. So
Yeah.
that's just great.
But I think that's the whole thing. I had to build it, I want to say super big, a lot more, because I had to figure out how to make it work. And then I saw Hypno's. It's compact and it still worked. And that's what I'm going to strive towards.
It's a different mechanic, too.
It is a different mechanic.
Yeah, that's what's
Like,
great about Create.
Just those big grindstones take up so much more space than the millstone.
Yeah, and they look impressive.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Just don't get caught in them. It's trouble.
I know that.
It's
It
trouble.
happened. It happened.
That's awesome. Ground Dio. So like Wither Roast Farm. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Next. We got a couple days to get it done. No.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Yep.
I think that's fine.
On it. I gotta go, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Come back. So how do we want to do this? We need to decide on a new challenge.
Yeah, huh?
I know I'm springing this on you guys here.
Yeah,
I'm
thought about this.
I don't know. Should we ask maybe the viewers?
Ooh, the viewers.
I like that.
If we get a bunch of random ones, we can maybe put them in a little randomizer and see what we get.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I don't trust the viewers.
Maya just doesn't want to
They
wait
mi-
to start. He
they
wants
might
to start
not-
now.
They might not give us the farm that I want to do.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, guys. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
I think, then we just chuck all the suggestions in a little contraption and we push a
Burn
button
it.
and we see what
Sounds
happens.
great. Sounds
Oh,
great.
yeah. Push
Burn
the
it?
button.
He said burn it.
No.
Hear that, Hypno fans?
In his triple burner.
Triple
cooker.
burner. Oh, so yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And good job on the first
Yay.
challenge, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
I
You
learned
killed it,
quite a lot
Deosil.
from everyone.
You did a great
I
job.
We're
learned
about to punch him off.
No,
You killed it. Bye.
I was
I was
just
like- I was
specifying
gonna-
Oh,
Dio.
there's water down there.
Yeah, I was going to do this. Just totally random. Be like, create challenges.
Later.
This is how we start the episode, huh?
Oh, man. Laughing kills me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody
I'm
say
just gonna-
anything funny.
I'm just going to be that wheezing toy in the background going, weak, 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 the whole time, every time we laugh. Oh, man.
You're probably wondering how we got here.
Hey, guys. Welcome back.
Hey, Dio.
Hey, Dio.
You guys doing well?
Doing better than you. You got a cold.
Oh, man. I'm so under the weather, but I'm ready for it. Nothing's going to cheer me up more than create challenges.
Create challenges.
Yeah, so in here we've randomized or put all the notes from our viewers who commented, and we got a few good suggestions. And for now, we just have this very basic setup, which I'm sure we'll all figure out something more creative for the next time. But I think we need to push that button and see what the challenge could possibly be.
I'm excited. Oh, You gave it to me? I have F1
It does
turned off.
already.
This is an invisible piece of paper. It says nothing.
It's a mystery. Oh,
Build what you want.
It's
I'm
gonna
grabbing
be-
it, no?
Yeah, it says
Me?
build me a farm.
it kind of says that. It says mob farm. Check it out.
Not
Dio.
my farm?
Oh, mob farm. Okay, yeah, it is. It's more or less like a Maya farm.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. But
But no, okay, now here's the question. Here's the question I've got. So we've got mob farm. Should we really do 3 identical mob farms, or do we want to maybe divide it into different ones?
I think we should divide it up.
I think so too.
you see, I saw what happened last challenge, and I think I should copy what Dio does.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
all out.
Yeah. I know how to win this
Outdo
challenge
yourself.
now.
Well, that could work. But if it's fun by you guys, I love building ender farms. So I would love to do an enderman farm because XP is something we're constantly going to need if we get mending and so forth.
XP.
True.
I'm all for that.
That would be very
Okay.
handy.
Yes, please.
Okay, so enderman over here.
I could do, I'm thinking general mob farm. Get us the gunpowder we need for elytras, rockets, all that.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. That's a good
Sound
That's a
good?
good one. And bones.
Awesome. Bones, yeah, bones, raw flesh, because, rotten. Get it right,
Yeah,
man.
because
raw flesh.
we gave him the script and he even messed it up.
Right.
There's a script? Wait, what?
Sorry, I saw I sent you the takeout menu. Oh, sorry, my bad. Sorry. Oh,
Oh, that's what it was. That got me so hungry.
yeah. Okay, so I like that idea as well. So a jerky farm, gunpowder farm. I like that. General mobs.
Sounds good.
We got all the easy ones, so
I'm sure I'll come up with something.
If nothing else, copy Dio.
okay. You guys ready?
So not ready?
No, neither am I. I'm rocking unenchanted armor gear.
Yeah, we aren't ready for this,
Oh,
but
I don't even have a shield. So
Oh, jeez.
we got
Protect
this.
Dio.
we got this. We got this.
All right, later, guys.
Okay. Oh, for a moment I was standing on the scaffold.
Oh my.
Oh, this is bad. Okay, I've got blocks. What? That was terrifying. Okay, there's one little safe spot.
Bam, one crystal down. Bam, 2 crystals down. Ah, dragon breath. That does a lot of damage, guys.
It's a dragon.
We're screwed.
Oh, we got
This
this.
dragon is on me.
I got 2 crystals
I
down
got one
as
of the
well.
crystals.
I got 2 of them.
I don't know if we got that.
All right, I got that one.
And there's one on this tower as well.
Maya's first bow shot was on a dragon.
That's how you do it.
Not looking Enderman.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Did you see that?
Oh,
I MLG bucketed and I died still. The water's down. I thought me and Dio were gonna do this with no deaths, and then bam. Here you are, Dio.
This is me right to my entrance.
I think it's just our gear isn't that great. Our weapons.
Yeah.
Almost got her.
Oh, oh, got it. No, same happened to me.
don't kill it yet.
Come on.
And she's gone. We rock. No deaths. Yeah.
No deaths at all. None whatsoever.
Professionals.
We pro. Let me get
Look
a
at this.
little experience.
The
so I
most
can support.
XP we've ever seen in this playthrough.
Are we gonna
Should we beat the
go
game,
chop
guys?
Something?
Yep, great job, guys. Let's not read these credits.
Oh, I'm just picking up the egg. Where did the egg go?
Oh, that's right. There's an egg.
Egg?
I bailed,
I
man.
got it.
Guess who's back?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Ooh, I've got efficiency. Oh, I've got an efficiency 4 fortune 2 pickaxe.
I've got a fortune 3 mending, efficiency 4. I'm breaking 3 pickaxe.
I saw you can put on breaking on the super glue.
Really? That's awesome.
Really?
Whew, that was a lot of work, let me tell you. Yep, this place took a little longer than I thought. I spent pretty much all of Christmas Day just pounding away at this thing. And after the final coat of polishing detail, I guess you could say, I'm pretty happy with it. I finally have a place to live, and let's check it out, shall we? So this is just a little bit of a garden area on the side of the house. Here we got a barrel cactus with some water in it. We got all sorts of moss. And here we've got detail. The roof, I really like the way the roof came out. Mainly I wanted to do this kind of rounded look on it, and I didn't know what it would turn out like, but yeah. And let's just take a trip around the side of the house really quick. It's a little more overgrown over here. You see, we've got some disrepair going on. There's a piece of lattice that has fallen off. We got some hay here that's seen some better days. Better day hay. Up there we got stuff. That is actually a bird feeder right there. Yep, got to take care of the hummingbirds. Over here we have one of my ancestors, of course. Not sure which one. No writing. But hey, here we have another cool mushroom. And more moss. It's thinning out as we head over here, and this is the front of the build, the main entrance, I guess, because it's got 2 doors. The other side only has 1 door. That means this one's more important. And if we look up on top, we can get a better look at the roofs. Roofuses? Roofs. And this one especially. This is the one that took some work. I originally made a cylinder right here, and everybody does cylinders, so I decided to make it sort of a crescent moon. And I put a window in it and gave it all of that nice look, and yeah, pretty happy with it. Look at this. I've got a wild bleaker behind me. Well, let's see what he's up to really quick, shall we?
So what you building?
Just doing a little recording, going over this house that I put in. Finally have a place to live. Just pretty much finished it up last night. So wrapping things up on all that.
Oh, well. This is mine now. Get out. This is on you.
Oh no. What have I done?
Ooh. I'm going to set so many things on fire.
No, you don't want to do that. This is all wood. Bleaker is toying with me now.
I am far too irresponsible to have this kind of technology.
I didn't know that it could even do this.
Well, don't you know anything about the Create mod?
Not enough, apparently.
Well, I know absolutely nothing. This is just amusing to me.
It's a great shot. Why can't I run? You're going to leave me.
You're going to make it!
Wait a second. Yeah, I'm in control now. I just realized.
Yep.
Well, spooky visit with death is done. We have Bleaker on the server now, and it is so awesome to have him. He's talking about a community massive warehouse build, and I love that idea. So hopefully we get that going. But for now, let's finish taking a look at my new home, shall we? So main door here, main entrance. I tried to make it feel a little cozier, a little more congested inside, cluttered, more lived in, I guess. A lot of things you could say. There we go. This is the entrance. You see there is a ladder going up here. And if you're a professional parkour, you can get up there. And see, we have a little bit of like an alcove here with some forgotten loot. And let's go back down and we see decoration. We have a Bleaker there in the window.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
And then over here, we've got the stairwell going up into my room. We've got a little bit of stuff here, stuff you may need, like armor statue book, maybe a cartography table or a loom or just other things. Look, here's the area. See right here, right there. Yep, that is Hypno's base. And then see right here, right about there. Yep, from right there. Yep, that's Deosil's base, and I guess also Bleaker's base at the time being, although Bleaker also claimed this house is his too, so I'm not sure where he's living. He might own the whole server at this point. I don't really know. But here's a little thing, on display. We put things on tables, and here's a thing, and more stuff. And then we have this little area, it's nothing special. We got some cool different bookshelves, and on the other side, we got fancy modern art here. And then we got more bookshelves, right? Well, this is all just a decoy for that. Haha, yep, secret room with stuff where I can come and be secretive and hide out. And let's go ahead, head upstairs and check out my room. This is my pad, guys. I sleep right there. Yep, it's pretty cool. I got stuff to look at, things to do, a present that I haven't opened yet. Oh, there's another present up there, actually. Some gold bars to show how rich I am. Really cool art. You know how when you're super rich and you put like a ship's helm or a propeller up on your wall? Yeah, that's what I did. Pretty much what that is. I'm super rich now. Yeah, not trying to brag or anything, but you know, I got this cool chair where I can sit, look out my window and be all deep, think cool thoughts. Anyways, I hope everybody liked what I did over here. I'm pretty happy with it. And now that it's finally finished, I get to move in and have a good night's sleep. So as always, everybody, thanks for watching. Hello there, everybody. In the last episode, we decided to do a mob farm for the next Create Challenges. And I just did it. I built the farm up and now I'm AFKing, letting it gather some materials. So before we do anything else, why don't we take a look at the build process? Well, there we go. You just saw it. It's a big, kind of ugly brick. I did decorate it some, but it's giant and it's out in the middle of nowhere, so I wasn't going to worry about making it look too pretty. Where am I, you may wonder? Well, I am in the AFK area, so let's take a look at what this machine's doing. So I'm inside that box, and down there is this wonderful mob farm. It does all the mobs, pretty much anything that could spawn. We got witches, spiders, creepers, skellies, zombies, all of that, even endermen. It has 5 spawning floors, 4 of which rotate as you're seeing now. It has a double clock, so it rotates from a floor spawning position to a wall dropping position, and it spends more time on the floor than it does on the wall. Down here at the bottom, we have a bit of a wind tunnel, in case fans are pushing all the mobs that spawn over to this little bit of a trough where more fans push them into the saws, where the saws do all the work and chew them up rather quickly, rather nicely. And this farm is kicking butt, let me tell you. It is generating material much faster than I had even anticipated. Down here in the depths of the system, we have the storage area where everything is kept by Tom's storage. This big block of barrels here has something like 1,300 slots of inventory space, which is quite a lot, but it's still filling up fast. We've got something like 20,000 bones, 20,000 gunpowder in there, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, because this thing produces too fast, like I said. And how about this? This is a windmill. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it, does it? But it is. It's a windmill rotating at negative 192 RPM. Yep. And then this one over here is rotating at 155 RPM. These are controlling 2 different systems. The slower one is controlling the floor flipping and the saw speed. So I don't need it to be quite as fast. While the big one here is controlling the fans, and they need to be moving so that the airstream reaches all the way to the trough and then all the way to the saws. The reason it's negative is just so it can spin the opposite direction. It's a nice easy trick. If you have these rotational speed controllers, you just go in the negative and it will rotate the opposite direction. And then over here on this side, we have sort of the controls for the system. I made a little clock in here that controls everything. This is the main clock right here that is set to a 15-second delay, and we have the secondary clock set to a 5-second delay. All these repeaters are just to keep the system from backpowering itself. And what this does, it makes the floor stay flat for 10 seconds and then go vertical for 5 seconds. I did a lot of testing with this setup, and I feel like this is the best timing delay for this system. So there you have it, the Create mod farm. It's probably not going to win me any challenges this week, but it's giving us something we vitally need, gunpowder. We have elytras now, and we're going to need a lot of rockets to have fun with them. And with this, we're halfway there. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this one. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to pull off these intertwined sort of spinning rings, but it actually works. And that's thanks to a little Create mod trickery I used. I now have my own portal to the Nether. I've also been doing a lot of decorating and putting machines together over on Skybase so that I have stuff I need to make cool things like this. And I thought it would be a great time to give you guys a little bit of a tour and show you some of the cool machines we have working hard for us over there. As you saw, this is a separate floating portal. It's not connected to the Skybase, so we have to have a way to get to it when we can't fly, and that's what this is. This is an ejector that takes us right over there to the Skybase. Perfect. And this one will take us right back. And since I'm right here, let's talk about this thing first. This is an unloader for my super block destroyificator. Yep. And if I throw the breaker down there, you'll see there it is, sitting nicely on its platform. And I have this collection system to send all the loot inside here into a vault. It's currently not sending it though because it's in entity form. So let's turn it into block form and let it do its work. These 6 double chests are almost completely full, and I made the system in a certain way that I could easily dispose of what I don't need. So let's go down below deck so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now down here, this is the vault that's holding all those items that are coming in. And normally these vaults from Create Mod can't be accessed. You can only put things in there and pull them out with other means. You can't really look at what's in there. But with Tom's storage mod, this handy little item makes it so that you can see everything inside, and it's amazing. Now what I want to do is take out some things that I want to keep. So let me do that really quick. Okay, so there you go. You can see the system's empty other than 10,000 netherrack. And I don't want that 10,000 netherrack, and I don't want to move it. So I put this little system together where we have lava and a smart chute, and all I have to do is take my wrench and flip the chute, and in no time all of that 10,000 netherrack will be burned up and the system will be ready for tons more fresh loot. While I'm down here below deck, why don't I show you some of the other things we got going on? Over here, this is more of a temporary system. This is my little makeshift bee honey gathererificating, where I have this fancy system where I come in and I use shears and get honeycomb. Yep, super tech, especially with all these amazing things you can do with bees in the Create mod. Over here in the middle, this is our storage block. It currently has something like 13,000 slots of storage. That's slots. And it is holding all of our precious loot that we gather out there. We can access it from the top or right here. And as you can see, it is packed full of stuff. Lots and lots, because I have been gathering. And then again, back over here, we've got this other little system. You see, sky bases need cooling, and they cool themselves with water, but we're up in the sky. We need to get the water to us, so I threw this in, and we have a little access here where I can just throw a bucket there, and it gives me water whenever I need it. Really handy. But over here is the cool part. This tank is full of water already, but not completely full. If we reverse the rotation on the system, we can see that the hose drops from the tank area and into the water below, where it sucks up all the water we need to cool the ship. And there it is. Now it is getting to work, drawing water all the way up into the system, into this tank, which then goes into this tube, which comes up into this tube, which passes through. It can go into this tank, then over here, down into these tubes, over here into this tank, where this is also full of water. And then over here, this is just a big empty room so far. Nothing special. If you saw me build my house upstairs, you may have noticed it doesn't have a kitchen of any sort. So I'm going to put that down here on what I will be calling the first floor of the house, because I'm not putting my kitchen in the basement. And then over here we have our grindificating system, where stuff we throw in above gets grinded down into here and drops onto the conveyor belt and then up into our storage. And then we have this little device link down here, which is currently monitoring this little cuckoo clock in the back here. And that's so we can tell the time in a very special and easy to read manner. So that's pretty much everything we got going on down below deck so far. Let's take a ride up our escalator and take a look at everything that's changed upstairs. And here we are on the deck of Skybase. You can see in the center now we have a big antenna with stuff coming off it, and we still have all of our loot right here in the middle. We got our ender chest right there, easy access, and cool decorational stuff just to make it look more functional. Like, look at that little radar type detector thing that I made with armor stands. Over here, can't miss this. This is a schematic type blueprint thing where you can put anything you want in each one of these slots, and if you look, it tells me the recipe right there. So if you have any recipes that you have trouble remembering because you have so many items you can make with the new modded Minecraft, this is perfect. And it also looks really cool. Not to mention, I put it on this board that I created with the supports. I believe they're called supports. I love these things. Right here, we have the time, currently 11:25 a.m. But then we have this great little system right here. What it's for is to easily make any type of casing we need. Plus, it's good at just sawing material, which helps increase what we get from it. But as you can see, the wood is being stripped on the saw, and then the deployer is putting a casing on each one. No more having to do this manually. This was a pain, let me tell you. Over here, we have the top of our grindificator, where we can just throw anything we want in there, and maybe it'll get grinded up, maybe it won't. Those things I just threw in, they're not going to grind into anything. And you may notice on this side, we've got some fire popping up. Let's take a look. Yes, we've got some exhaust vents that are burning away right there. And I think this is a really cool addition to the decoration of a sky base. I'm figuring out what a sky base is as I go. And yeah, every once in a while I come up with something I really like this. Who knows what'll come next. Right here, this is the mechanical crafter, I believe it's called. And really, I made this so I could make these big giant spinning wheels, because you have to fill every one of those slots with material to kick it off and have it make the item. And here you can see I put all the needed ingredients in here and finish it with that. And the system kicks into gear and creates this big old giant wheel, really cool looking, just like that. And it ends up in the barrel. I get 2 for that one, so gotta love that. Over here, I've moved a lot of my storage for the create stuff and chipped. These are the chipped workbenches, some of them, not all of them. Here's our super smeltificator, and it's been upgraded. It's got decoration now with smoke coming out of it. All these machines over here and the smelter are all turned on with this lever right there. And as you can see, everything's moving. Right here, we have a mill system. Here we have the basin, grind everything up we need. And right there, we have the press. And then we got this little machine. I love this thing. This is specifically for making precision gears, which are used to make the rotational speed controller, which is one of my favorite items in Create. Now, for each one of those precision gears, they have to make 5 trips across the conveyor belt. Each time they do, each one of these deployers puts part of the material into the gear. And after 5 times, if it's worked, the hand will put the gear into this barrel right there. If not, it puts it over there. These gears also have a 20% chance of breaking, and if they break, any excess material will be put over here. Now, let me sleep really quick, and I'll show you it in action. Okay, much better. So, what we need to do is toss some gold sheets in there, and we'll see the machine kick into action, and isn't that cool? The mechanical arm is putting everything exactly where it needs to go, and there you see our first, second, and third precision gear has been made and put into the system, and there they are. They're called precision mechanisms, by the way, and not gears, so yep, I was calling them the wrong thing. But anyway, still pretty cool. Skybase is coming along really great, and I've got some good plans moving forward, so I'm really looking forward to getting into that. I hope everybody liked all of this out here that we got going on so far, and I can't wait to get to the next episode. So for now, I'll see you guys next time. I am just AFKing out here at the old cobble iron farm. I remember back in the day when I said this would be a temporary iron farm, and it's still here. And that's no good. We always have to come out here to this one farm just to get iron. That is not convenient at all. And look at this. It's cobblestone. Yuck. Yuck. So I think it's way past due for us to go put in an iron farm out at Skybase. I've got an idea for an iron farm, and I hope it's gonna work. So let's go on a little bit of a journey and see just how good we can make this iron farm. To Skybase! This thing, I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? Look at that. Yeah, I am pretty impressed with myself. It turns out this farm has evolved quite a bit from my original idea in my head. I've tested it a lot, and it is finally working at 100% losslessness. So now all of us here on the server have unlimited iron. You're welcome, server. So this is the main spawning platform. You can see we've got the zombie rotating around on a seat, and every 6 seconds he comes around and says, "Hi, guys!" And they freak out, run around until he's out of view, and then they relax and they're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" And then, "Hi, guys!" And yep, it repeats itself over and over endlessly. Gotta love it. The iron golem spawns up here on this top platform. The water pushes them onto these ejectors, and it then lands on some of these ejectors. Well, one, but it picks one of those 6 and lands on them, and then gets flung up to these seats. Now, originally I had a slightly more compact design. There was only one row of ejectors and one row of seats, and it looked better in my opinion, but it was not lossless. I had escaping golems here and there, and it just bugged me until I changed it. What I believe was happening was sometimes their AI kicks in a little too early right after they spawn, and they start trying to walk. And every time that would happen, they would always land closer to the spawning platform, so the main ejectors wouldn't catch them. Same with the seats. They'd land on the first row of seats, and every time this happened, they would walk that direction straight off the edge. For some reason, they loved going west, something about their coding, and I would often find big groups of them hanging out over here in this cool little area. Everything the golem drops gets funneled down below into this vault, and it currently has over 7,000 ingots already, plus way more poppies than I'll ever need and quite a few golem heads, because whenever I want, I can come along and just hit them myself with some looting and get some extra iron, plus get their head back. Although this just occurs to me, we use a carved pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern to make the iron golem. Why don't we get one of those back? I understand it looks different, but what happens to the pumpkin? Something else that I added in. You may have noticed in the time lapse that these chains with the weights hanging down weren't in the original design. I always kind of envisioned them there, but I thought, that's not necessary. People will get the idea that it's just floating. But the physicist in me was just like, that doesn't work. So I went and added a counterweight to the bottom to create a pivot point to keep these floating platforms upright. And they are different size and shape platforms, so they need different length chains and different size weights to keep them upright. And yes, even the gyro portal got one of its own. It's got the longest chain because it's the biggest platform, and it's got the biggest stone because it needs a bigger counterweight. I'm not even sure that that stone's going to be big enough to keep this platform upright, but if anything goes wrong, I'll rebuild and I'll put a bigger stone down there. Now, there is still a farm that we are needing out here that is a vital concern. We need sugarcane so we can fly around all we want and have as much fun as we want without worry of running out of rockets. We got the gunpowder. Time for the sugar. Paper. Yeah, that makes more sense. And so I'm gonna go build a bit of a sugarcane farm down below on the ground level and get to producing all that vital sugary paper that we need. Hey there, everybody. We just watched the sugarcane farm get built. The sugarcane farm is kicking butt. Last time I checked, it had over 4,000 sugarcane already, and I didn't AFK very long there. So, kicking butt. We've got all the rockets we need, and we've got no server to play on. Yep. You may wonder what this weird area is. Isn't that the mob farm that was in the ocean floating above the sky, above the portal? Yep. This is my test world where I've been trying some things out and making some things, and even this sugarcane farm, which you just saw get built. But the server that we get our server hosting from has been down for days now, and they're working on the problem. You know how that goes. We're fixing it. We'll get back to you when it's fixed. Well, it's not fixed yet. And I got a video to get out, so this one's probably going to be a little shorter than most of them. Hopefully not, I haven't edited it yet. It might be long as heck, but it probably won't. So, wanted to let you guys know what's going on. We won't be doing a wrap-up on the sugarcane farm because we can't right now, but we'll get back to that. Pull up your ears and have a peek at this. Oh, sorry. Whew, okay. So next episode, I'm going to be working on fitting the sky base with liquids. Yep, water wasn't enough. I want more liquids, and I've started rearranging things. I've moved the bees. I've done some other things, and we're going to see that next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short little one, and I hope it didn't come out too bad after editing, and I will see you all next time. Later, guys. I've just been sitting here thinking about what to do for this video. There's a couple different things I've been considering working on out here at the base, and I've been torn on which to work through. So I started thinking, why don't we do both? I want to fill Skybase up with plenty of flowing liquids of all types, and I also want to put some time in down on the ground level and start getting a structure in. We put the sugarcane farm in last episode, and the place has been pretty barren, so I figured it's time to populate it. Just pounding out some copper, so we got plenty of materials to work with down below. Using liquid in the create mob requires a lot of copper. We need copper pipes, copper tanks, copper gears and machinery, and all that stuff. So here we go. So here we are below deck. Things have changed a bit. I used to have the B area right here, and I moved it to right there. I took down the old lower basement area of my house shape and put up a new one with a different palette. And I've just been filling this area up with liquid so far, figuring some things out and getting used to some of the mechanics because it's been a while since I've worked with liquids in Create Mod. I showed you guys before this cool water pump where I pull water from the river below. Well, that system's here, but it's cleaned up a bit, and as you can see, we've got system power there, and we can flip that lever there to either get buckets of water or to send water into the system. Now over here, the bees. This one's pretty awesome, and it's already nearly full, which is great because I've got a really big plan for this honey. The bees are currently all in their hives, but back here you can see we have the machine pumping away, pulling out any honey that gathers up in the hives. The honey gets pumped into this big tank, which has, as you can see right there, 149,000 million buckets of honey, right? No, I believe it's millibuckets, but anyway, this sign is actually reading the exact amount in the tank, and it's doing that with this awesome little display link. The display link is reading this content observer. The content observer is observing how much honey is in the tank. So we have a really cool visual way to keep an eye on how much fluid are in these tanks. And what I got going on right now with the system is the system power is down here. You turn that on and I can just put the bucket down and it'll fill it up with honey. It'll actually fill them all up. So let me pick that up. And as you can see, honey is a liquid that flows. This makes me want to build some kind of awesome bee nest hive thing with honey flowing all over the place. But that will have to happen some other time because we got other plans today. Now, say I have too much honey. I can just put the bucket in there and it sucks it right back into the system. And then over here, I put in a bit of a lava farm. We got lava sources up here, and this is actually dripstone, but it's been retextured with the chipped mod. And the dripstone drips lava just like normal dripstone because it is. And these cauldrons fill up, and the tank is already full. If I need anything, I could just turn on the system power, rev it up, say I want some lava. Well, I could obviously, I could just pull from here, and it'll start filling that up again. But I can also put it down there and get buckets of lava filled. So my liquid collection is off to a great start, but there are still more liquids to go. And the first of which is gotta be milk. Hey there, little girl. You're gonna love this, I swear. So I believe I'm going to put in the milkificator right in this general area. I'm going to try to keep the design similar to the way those are. Very compact and functional because we do have limited space on Skybase and we still have a lot of things to do here. So let's get to building. Okay, so this is what I've got going so far, and it's actually a lot more compact than I thought it would be. Granted, I haven't added a spout to get milk from it yet, but we'll figure that out later. But let's take a look at what's happening here. First of all, I pulled the power in from this side, which is running those cogs right there, which is powering the whole system so far. I've got this belt powering the lower system down here. It is the best way to transfer the power from the cogs. And this is powering the deployer here, which has an empty bucket in its hand. Now, if there was a cow right here, this deployer would be milking it. And when it does, thanks to this smart funnel back here, with the filter of the milk bucket, it will spit the milk bucket out into the drain. The drain will absorb all the milk and then kick the bucket over to this ejector here. Once the bucket is on the ejector, it gets flipped up back into the system just like that. See that again? Yep. How about from here? Long shot. Missed it. Long shot. First try. So for the next step, we need a volunteer. Okay, old Betsy's got a new home, and as you can see, she is getting milked away. The milk is in the system. Buckets are getting flipped around. Milk's getting drained, and we are filling up fast. I didn't expect it to happen this quick, but this tank is going to fill up in no time. Yep, you said it, Betsy. Everything's working fine. Currently, there's only 2 buckets in the system, and that's looks like it's all it's ever going to need, which is pretty cool. And you will produce good milk for us for eternity. Well, at least until our tank's full and we need more. But eventually, we're going to be making chocolate. And once we make chocolate, we're going to need a lot of milk. Oh yeah, it feels like I'm starting to get a good amount done. I've laid quite a bit of groundwork, you could say, down here, laying down the ground for whatever future plans this turns into. But you can see I have already started populating with farms. We put a working themed wheat farm in next to our sugarcane farm. And I didn't get a chance to talk about this after I built it last episode, so why don't we go over these really quick. In the back of the system is where all the magic happens. These long stick-looking things are posts that extend the piston. And when it hits morning, this daylight sensor right here fires and sets off the system. And right now, both of these farms are working off the same system. The nice thing about the wheat side is, if it plows up any wheat, it has seeds in the system from plowing wheat, and it uses those seeds to replant new wheat. When the arms come back into resting mode, all of the wheat that's in the system gets dropped through the chutes and into a vault below. And as you can see by this filter, it's only allowing wheat to go through, so you can see we're gathering seeds. Power from the system is coming in from the river. You can see the water wheel working away down there. The water flows over it and sends power up into the farms. Water's drained down here and into a drain down below, and you can see the river has dried up because of it. Gonna have to do something to make it look a little nicer. By the way, everyone, I'd like to take a moment to apologize. Apparently there's something up with my voice and it's just getting worse. So I hope I'm not getting sick, but I don't feel sick. I think I've just been talking too much. Anyway, over here we've got this thing created from chutes and not ladders, but girders. Over here we have a bit of a fireplace bonfire type thing. I saw a picture that looked very similar to this, and I thought, hey, I want to build that in Minecraft. So I did. And yeah, I worked a little bit of gradienting with it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'll definitely be tying this into more stuff around here as the area grows. And then finally, in this bad boy, there's something I need a lot of. This floor is limestone. And limestone is very hard to come by, it turns out. But it turns out you can also make it. Lava flowing into flowing honey. look at that honey. And it works just like a stone generator or a cobble generator, but it produces limestone, and I am so thankful I discovered this. I only found out about this because I went to the Create Wiki to see if there was any easier ways to get limestone. We have 8 drills down there drilling away, and we have chutes directly under them, sucking it all in. So let's turn on this system and see how it works. Look at that. We're getting 8 at a time, and it's working pretty fast. Let's take a look at these numbers. We have 542, 551, 559, 567, 575. It's coming in pretty fast. And you might not be able to tell it by my cool voice right now, but I'm super excited about it. Oh man, I gotta stop talking for a little bit. There, a little more decoration, and I think I'm gonna call this done. With possibility of upgrading later, but for now, this is definitely going to do exactly what I need. Over here, I made a standard little cocoa bean farm, which is honestly fairly manual. Still, I looked into a lot of different ways to harvest these things with the Create mod and tested a lot of things, and nothing worked that great. So for now, this is what I do. Oh, they're ready to go. Let's flip the switch. Boom, they all fall off. And a quick replant, and I'm done. So now this new wall can start growing, and every time I'm left with 60 cocoa beans. Not too bad. With cocoa beans now being produced here in Skybase, chocolate will be coming soon, but that'll probably be next episode. I also threw in this tank over here with this liquidy blue goodness that I just love. Gonna be using this stuff a lot. It's really simple. I come with my source of this stuff and put it in here in this drain, and it drains into the system. And if I need to get some of this stuff back out of it, I just flip this switch. We'll see, it comes through, and in a moment it's gonna come in here and boom. If you can't tell what just happened, I've got 8 minutes of night vision. Aw, yeah. And there is so much, there's gallons and gallons of night vision in here I've been producing. By the way, have you ever had trouble hiding lighting in Minecraft? Are you sick of spamming torches all over the place? Well, maybe this video over here will have the answers for you to hide lighting in some creative ways. So check it out. And for now, I will see you guys later. Oh, so good. Oh. I'm just enjoying some honeyed apples, everybody. That's right. No more mutton for me. Today we're going to work on some things below deck at Skybase, get some more liquid stuff going, and start producing chocolate. And then it's back down below to work on building some more land and maybe some more farms, and we'll see what we get done. But first, why don't we take a look at what's changed down here below deck. I've done a little decorating. If we come upstairs really quick, you can see this is the old secret room. There wasn't a lot of room in this house, so I had to make do with what we had, and this is what we had. Coming down here to the first floor, you see we have some decoration of shovels. We've got a very cool table with stuff all over it, and there's my spare lighter that I've been looking for. We also have some modern fishy art. We got water, because you need water in the kitchen, and we have our trash bin over here. We got some eggs and stuff. Here's our spout, because we spout things. We got a cool little sifter here for draining water away from all of our food. Oh, we got the radio over here because we like to listen to music sometimes when we're here eating. And overall, I think it's pretty dang cozy. But let's go out here and see what else we got going on. First of all, the bees. Well, I was hitting a point where I was getting max honey, so I added this little side contraption with a full rework of how the back of the system was done. And now whenever the tank is full of honey, honey will make its way over here and be turned into honey blocks. And as you can see, we already have a very good amount. Here's where I get all my delicious honeyed apples. I just put my apple stack down there and it spits out all the honey all over it. And in no time, I've got the best food in the game. The real work has gone in over this side. First of all, I realized I'm going to be needing blaze cakes, so I put in a little bitty chicken farm. Very simple. I got a bunch of chickens in there, and when they lay eggs, it goes straight into this vault. And as you can see, we've got 1,400 eggs, and I've already used about 1,000 eggs making blaze cakes. Over here, you may recognize the milking machine. Well, it's got an addition. It now has a chocolate machine. I believe I am ready to start making chocolate. I've got everything hooked up. Everything seems to be going in the right place. I'm piping in milk from over here. All the ingredients go in here, and this blaze burner cooks all the chocolate up, and it gets sucked into the tank. I've got a spout here for getting buckets of chocolate if I need to, or I believe I can coat berries with it. So you got chocolate covered sweet berries. And then over here we have the ingredients. We have a mechanical arm that feeds everything into the basin or into the blaze burner if it's fuel. There's a vault behind here that's holding a whole bunch of cocoa beans and sugar. And then up there is the fuel. And when I turn the system on, this mechanical arm will start working away and make sure this thing is full as long as it has material. So everything here seems to be ready. Let's go ahead and turn the system on. We got milk on. We got the arm on. Let's turn the chocolate power on. We got the blaze burner blazing. All the ingredients are prepped. I'm now sending the milk on over. You can see here it comes. There it is. And we should be making chocolate. Yep. The mixer's going to town. And it's done. What's going on? Well, it's starting to fill up, but really slowly. There seems to be an issue here. So the mechanical arm feeds fuel constantly into the blaze burner, even though it doesn't need fuel. And I looked into that, and it doesn't really use up the fuel. So it's not really putting it in there, which is correct. But it's putting it up here. You'll see there's blaze cakes in there, and it shouldn't be in there. So what I believe is happening is something to do with the collision. It's hitting the basin first maybe, and the basin's just taking it, and that seems to interrupt the cooking progress at times. But overall, it seems to be working. I will have to come up with some sort of a fix though to make sure we're not wasting any blaze cakes, because I need those. But we're up to 10 buckets of chocolate already. This is great because I've got a plan for this chocolate. This chocolate's gonna help me build a lot more of my base. Yep, chocolate base on the way. Now Skybase has a lot of power coming in from those 4 maxed out windmills below that are keeping it afloat. But I have used a lot of that power and there isn't much left. I've got shafts tangled all around underneath the base going every which way, and it's getting to the point where I'm straining to find power where I need it. So I'm gonna need power down below, but I am gonna need a massive power source. For that, I'm thinking steam engines. Yep, but the steam engines are going to need a little bit of a factory to go into. So I'm going to build a factory building of some sort for the steam engines, which is just a start to a new section I'm planning down there. And I'm going to extend the ground. You may remember I put limestone down before. Well, it's going to go even further. I have a lot of plans for what's going to happen down below, and I'm going to need a lot of space for it. But like I said, first we got to get power. And to get the power, we need to get the lava. And I've been talking a lot, so I just want to get to building. Let's go do some building, everybody. Work is done for now. I've got quite a bit done out here and I'm pretty happy with progress. In that time lapse, you just saw me build some stuff out here, but unfortunately it didn't all make the time lapse. I also built a wonderful lava farm behind the wheat farm over there, and it is doing wonders for the future of the base, but we're going to get to that in a moment. I've also spent a lot of time in between the builds just decorating the area around here and trying to make it feel a little homelier, a little more lived in, worked in, yeah, all of that. So why don't we go around and see what's changed down here on the ground level. We're going to start off over here. You remember our limestone generator? Yeah, well, it wasn't done. It needed a scoria generator, and now we're generating all the scoria we need. That's how I was able to build the powerhouse, was thanks to all this wonderful chocolate scoria. I've moved the windmill over some and given it more power, so now it can handle both sides of the generator, no problem. Back here, I have a little bit of a control area. I can turn off different sections to the power plant as needed. And let's go ahead and turn it on and get this thing working. Look at that. Numbers are going to build up really fast. I do have over 70,000 limestone though, so I don't really need to run limestone very much. So this one's going to get shut off. But I only got like 20,000 scoria left, so I'm going to need to generate a bunch of that because we're going to be using a lot of it in the future. Now over here, this is a bit of an A-frame crane thing I came up with. It's over the stone cutters. And you'll see we have zinc over here. This is where we process all of our zinc, and you can see there's zinc dust all over from all of the stone being cut up right here. And the main reason I put this here is because whenever I use these blocks, I never use these blocks. I'm always using the stone cutter to transform them into one of their many other shapes, like you see here in the floor. Over here, I put in a little bit of a dock area where I can sit, hang out, watch the fools over there, do some fishing, enjoy the scenery, or maybe just take a little nap. And then coming over here in between our old farms, we see the new lava farm in all its glory. It's got 24 cauldrons brewing up lava at all times. The tank is so empty. Yep. There's nothing in the tank because I am draining the tank as it comes in. It's coming through this hose down below. And if we look, we can see lava down there. So taking a look with FreeCam, we can see what's happening. You remember this massive area I cut with the big tunnel destroyer and the tunnel borer? Well, I walled off a large portion of it and now it is filling with lava. I'm not sure how much is in here yet, but it's probably around 15 to 1,700 buckets of lava so far. And once this pool hits 10,000 buckets, it will be considered an infinite lava source, and it'll no longer drain lava from the pool when we use it for the rest of our needs around the base. So this system isn't moving very fast. Lava doesn't flow very quickly through its pipes. That's because it's still getting its power from those water wheels down there, which also run the sugarcane in the wheat farm. Most of the time it's not a problem, but when dawn hits and it kicks off, if I don't have the power dialed just right, it overloads the system and messes up a lot of things. So for now, it's a bit slower. But once we get infinite lava and don't need it much anymore, we'll be able to use the steam engines to power it much faster. And then let's go up here onto the top platform. There's still a lot of room up here. I got sort of some plans, but this is the powerhouse. I modeled it sort of like an older style warehouse, powerhouse style building while using some of the new bricks. This is scoria here. This is our chocolate brick we're making. And this is scorchia. This is the version of scoria that you find in the nether. And I like it a lot. The more I built with it, the more I just fell in love with this color. I wish Minecraft had a comparable color to this because I would use it all the time. So now we have a building, a wonderful old style warehouse to put our power in. But we haven't done it yet. That'll come soon. We still have a bunch of materials to gather for that. We need more lava. We need a lot of things, but I'm going to put in our steam engines right here in the middle, and I'll run power from them to everything else that needs power down here that comes in the future. And even though it's not very decorated in here yet, I do really like the start that we have. It really looks like one of those old warehouses. Skybase has been coming along so nicely. I've been having a great time out here building, but it's been kind of lonely. Deosil's been away on his trip, but he is finally back, and I am excited because we have got some plans coming. We've got to show off our mob farms to each other and see who built the best one, and it's going to be just fun to hang out with him again. I got some plans and some pranks coming. Oh yeah, by the way, I made a tutorial for the limestone generator and how all the limestone generation works and all of that. So if you want to check it out, why don't you check out that video up there for a super helpful little tutorial on the subject. For now, I am off to visit Dio and start planning my first prank on him. So I'll see everybody next time. All right, who wants to start?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, I'm suck. I suck so bad.
I'm on. Bye. No, I'm joking.
Hey there, everybody. I am just here collecting lava for the infinite lava pool project that we have going on. 10,000 buckets of lava is a lot, and we still have a ways to go. But this is my last trip of lava for right now. See, I have to rush back into Skybase and get ready because Deosil's back from his trip. The boys are getting back together, and we got some create challenges to get to. Great to be back together again.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Yeah, we missed you, Dio.
I missed you guys.
Aw, thank you.
It was way too long.
Aw.
I did notice one thing. It's not good to leave you two alone on a server.
I've been pretty busy.
Well, this guy.
Yeah, this guy especially.
Yeah.
You. I don't want to punch you again, but you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been a little busy. I might have overdone it. I blew you away.
You left me behind in your dust. But I'm back and I'm going to catch up. Don't you worry.
Awesome. I was just creating infrastructure for us so we can do whatever we want out here. Yeah.
Which is needed, and we appreciate infrastructure. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Yeah. So what are we doing here today?
I've been away for a while, and I think it's about time we look at the mob farm challenge for the last create challenge we did.
Create challenges.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm really interested to see what we all did. So the mob farm is right out here in the ocean somewhere, I believe. I think I'm going the right way, guys.
I hope this is the right way.
Yeah.
Because I don't see anything yet.
Yeah, I don't.
Luckily there's some nice mountain views.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
I found that.
Ooh.
This is the creeper, but mob farm. It does it all.
But mob farm.
Well, it's got creeper faces on it. Yeah.
And the mob farm's in the bud.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard as well.
Whoa.
I'm on top of the
sky. This is my mob farm, guys. This is my entry into our challenge. I've got 5 spawning floors. The 4 up top, as you can see right now. See that? The floor is spinning. All the floors are vertical right now. So mobs can drop down to this layer, and then fans push them forward to this glass. And then these fans over here push them forward into those saws, and we get mobby, looty goodness. This is a windmill. Don't you recognize windmills? Don't they all look like this?
I've never... This actually looks like a toilet roll.
Yeah, it actually does. Why did you say that? Oh no. That's how I'm going to start making all my windmills now. The toilet roll. Oh, I love it.
Who are we going to go see next? Hypno, you want to go or should I go?
Sure, we can. Yeah.
Sure, we can. That's not the question.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. I guess maybe we should go to the Blaze Farm first. So yeah, this is a pretty simple farm. This is the killing chamber. They'll eventually show up here.
Nice.
If we free cam up, we can see I moved one of these blaze spawners over so that I'd have 2 of them by each other, and then the fans push them to the center. The conveyor belts help to get them moving because sometimes they like to hang out.
Hang around a bit.
There's a lot
but
going
then they
on.
get pushed to the center, then they get pushed over here to the side. They run into these 2 drills that deal a little damage to them on their way down.
Oh, wow.
And then there should be 1 hit by the time they get down here. Boom. And then we get the drops.
Even have fans pushing them down. That's cool.
So yeah, the main thing I made this farm for was to get the magma that I need to do my real farm, which this did help. I got a good amount of magma out of this, but I ended up just getting most of it from Maya, since he had a whole bunch.
Outshine us with 2 farms.
No, this is...
What the heck?
This sounds
simple.
familiar.
This was
2 very simple farms.
It's like, I know how to blow them away. I'll do
Yeah.
2 farms instead of the one that those fools are gonna do.
Yeah, you're making it seem like someone went ahead and made sweet rolls for their very first farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, next time is gonna be my turn. I'm gonna have to make like 3 farms to your guys' 1 or something.
no. Okay, so this is the gold farm. This is down here is where I turn all of the gold ingots and nuggets into blocks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so the top part is your basic gold farm. You know, you've seen it 100 times on everybody else's videos. But the thing that differs here is since we have create, I have all of the nuggets and ingots fall onto these conveyor belts that they eventually funnel into these basins where they get crushed into the ingots, or the nuggets get crushed into ingots and the ingots get crushed into blocks. And down here is the amount of gold blocks that I've gotten so far.
That's insane. That's ridiculous.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the rotten meat or whatever it's called, and then the swords.
Somebody didn't get the
Oh
script.
jeez, yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah, one job, Hypno.
One job.
So the orange things they go onto the cactus, and all the golden swords get dumped onto the cactus too.
This is awesome.
So
This is a
I'm a-
compact and efficient design, man.
I guess that's my thing.
I do like this a lot.
Compact.
Yeah. Auto crafting too, and then ingots and then blocks. That's like a dream with the gold farm.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
auto crafting with any like mega farm is
Yeah.
fantastic. So create makes this so much easier.
Yeah, that's huge. No, I kind of just winged it off of what I could remember from gold farms I've seen. So,
You wunged it.
all right, who's next?
love this.
This is played out.
I don't know who's
It
next.
is.
Who
I don't know
could it
who's next.
possibly be?
Could it be me?
Time
Leo?
Architect?
Yeah, let's go get time.
I love building Enderman farms, and we needed experience. And this is it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's recap up. So you've got your typical Enderman farm. It's not much we could do in regards to incorporating create. So
Yeah.
basically what I did is just 2 windmills that power, what do you call it, a sweeper on top. So Endermen spawn, and the sweeper pushes them into a central funnel. And once they fall into the central funnel, we just got some fans pushing them into a chute that just drops them all the way down. Yeah, just get swept into the center and they just drop down, and when they're down here, it's a one-hit kill. And there's quite a bunch of gears. That's before I had rotational speed controllers, so I did consider changing it, but man, that's how I built it. So
I like the look.
it's just gonna look at.
Yeah.
It looks. I wanted it to look almost
Mechanical.
futuristic and steampunky, mechanical. That's the word.
Yeah. It's a bunch of water.
Like I said,
A water
risky.
curtain surrounding redstone? That sounds like danger.
oh, so yeah, the bottom. This is quite interesting. This is my own design. So not the dispenser, but the whole water floor. Because thing I don't think a lot of people know is, so Enderman can't TP to a block that's been waterlogged. Trash all the ender pearls because, like you saw now, Hypno keeps on hitting me. Whenever.
Oh no.
So yeah, this is basically mine, and the stones used. This is like my new favorite block, the one we're walking on. It's called Ether Stone.
Ooh.
Ether?
So it's part of the biomes you go, and you find it in the end on
Nice.
like these weird floating blue and red islands.
It's kind of like a bluer deep slate, huh?
Yeah, it's I don't know, I love it. I love the color. I
Yeah.
think that's why mainly.
Great job.
Yeah, so this is my
And this
farm.
is gonna be
So
handy.
It's gonna be
Oh, yeah.
handy, and I mean I've killed quite a lot of Endermen here already, so
Nice.
Nice.
I think I'm far over the 5,000, so well worth it. I don't need any more levels or ender pearl. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I'm at 1080 right now. I kind of
Sheesh.
like that.
it's a good
I might
number.
just
Oh my.
fly back to the portal instead of using a level.
We're close to the void, huh? I almost punched Hypno
Yeah.
off. I was like,
Yeah,
wow, he'd
I'm-
probably
I'm-
die in the void, huh? Before he
Yeah,
got
it's like
pulled.
6 blocks I'd have. I think we're at
I don't
6.
Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, we're at 6.
I thought you were
have a
gonna
lot
try
to-
it out. You're like, let's see.
No.
Well,
No,
guys,
then you will know.
the mob.
Wait,
Oh,
I wasn't recording that time.
What? You stopped? Because I said,
Well,
wait,
we were just talking.
1 second.
I stopped as well.
Ah, sorry, guys. I'm a
I didn't
pro
do that.
producer. Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
now I have
I'm
to
gonna
fix
start
this.
Why did you do break the sugar cane?
One sugar cane.
Okay, I'm gonna start recording now.
Well, guys, the mob farm challenge is done, and I think it went pretty well. I really like your guys' farms. Mine is simple, but your guys' are awesome.
Yours is probably the most useful, honestly.
Yeah, that's
All
what I
the
do.
gunpowder. So I so appreciate your farm.
Thank you. I appreciate your guys'.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
useful for us. We have
Agreed.
many projects coming, but we got to set up a new challenge, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've got a plan for that. Since Dio has been gone on a trip. Yep. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Since Dio's been gone, we weren't, prepped for a new challenge, and things fell a little behind. So we are back on track, and we don't have a fan vote for our next farm challenge thing, whatever it may be, right? So
Nope,
I'm going to suggest one. That took so many words to just say I'm going to suggest one, huh? I should have wrote this down.
Way
alright.
more.
We'll fix
Anyway.
it in post.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's
Anyway.
not
Villagers. I say we do something with villagers, guys, or trading, or we'll keep it vague, open. There's a lot. You
Yeah.
sound so happy.
Woohoo.
Whoa, villagers.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
You're really putting the word challenge to good use here by nominating villagers.
Yeah, it's a challenge to come up with something.
Challenge.
That's going to be the biggest
Oh,
challenge.
No, the challenge is working with them, but that's fine.
Oh, very true. Very true. Maybe that could be it.
Oh,
A better way to move villagers. That could count, right?
that can count. Anything can count. I actually thought of something now, but you'll all just have to wait and see.
Oh.
What?
We made Hypno sad. But I say now that we're back on track after this challenge, we go back to viewer submitted challenges, maybe? What do you guys think?
Yeah. So if anybody's got suggestions for our next challenge, go ahead and leave them in the comments of whatever video you're watching right now.
There goes the
Whoa.
sugar cane again. That's
Whoa,
spiked a bit.
he just so violently gave me a piece of sugar cane. Like, I don't know what to do with it now. I am out here at a far too distant village. If we're going to be doing some kind of a villager challenge, we're definitely going to need some villagers, even though I have no clue what I'm going to do just yet. Oh yeah, if you're interested in scoria and how it generates and the best possible way to farm it, why don't you check out that video right there? You might like what you see. But for now, I gotta run, and I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching. Hey there, everybody. In this episode, we are finally going to be finishing off that steam engine array down there at the powerhouse area. And I've got a couple other little surprise builds that I want to throw in. So sit right back and let's get to it. Our infinite lava source is still rising. It's at about 5,000 buckets so far, so we're halfway there. This steam engine build is going to need all that lava, but I got tired of waiting, so I decided let's go ahead and build the thing. Okay, so here's what I've got going. First of all, we've got two belts here. On the far belt, lava buckets will travel across and they'll get sucked into these depots when there's no lava bucket already on them. If a lava bucket makes it to the end, it gets sucked through here, pushed out here, gets recycled around all the way over here until lava from our infinite lava source can spit out lava into this bucket. The mechanical arm will be doing all of the bucket emptying. There are 36 blaze burners above us, and these two arms are going to feed all of those blaze burners, and then when they have an empty bucket, they're going to put them in these side chutes, which puts them right back on the conveyor belt and into the system. I plan on having 4 large copper tanks of water above for the steam, and they will be pulling water from a water source behind these copper pipes. There's a separate pipe that's going to be pulling for each tank so it can keep it as full as possible, because the steam power that I'm going for will be chewing through the water or drinking it up. And here's what we have going up above. All 36 blaze burners ready to get to work. I'm going to put the tanks on top of them, and then when I do, these pipes in the back will connect to the tank and we can start filling them with water. So let's go ahead and get to the next stage of the project. Okay, we've got our 4 tanks in and they're starting to fill up with water. It's a slow process, but I did just speed things up. This is what I'm doing to get some temporary water in. I put this big, large tank in out here to store extra water in, but I am still pulling from the lake down here to help keep the system full so it can continually fill those tanks inside. Okay, it is a few days later from that last scene. It turns out I was pretty much on hold while waiting for that lava to fill up with all my other current plans out here. Everything out here is going to need power, and the power comes from these steam engines, so if I don't get them done, nothing else gets done. But I have been busy, I have thrown in some things, and I found a major problem, so let's talk about the problem first. My glorious plans of unlimited power out here have come to a halt. It turns out there's a major bug with infinite lava. It doesn't work. I've tried fixing it many different ways and nothing has stopped it. This pool of lava is currently about to hit 11,000 lava and it's still not enough because it simply doesn't work. And so the lava pool took a while to fill up and even a while longer to figure out what was going on. But I am overfilling the pool now. I'm going to do my best to keep lava in it. So this hose here is depositing lava into the lake. It's coming from our lava farm with all the dripstone. This hose over here is pulling lava from the farm and will feed all of our blaze burners in the steam engines. So we got one hose pushing, one hose pulling. Over here, to make up for the fact that we won't have infinite lava, I have doubled the size of lava farming. We're now at 48 cauldrons, generating lava continuously. And here you can see the top, the new layout. Let's take a look. We have the steam engines all attached. All these tanks are full of water. I put encased chain drives on either side of the steam engines. This is what we will pull all of the power off of, but I'm going to try to keep all that underground for the most part. We got some meager decorations going on in here. Now, I am pretty sure the system with where it sits right now, to start it, I'm going to need to pump water into the system. And once that happens, all the stuff below should turn on because it will be powering itself and should be self-sustaining from there on out, as long as we have lava. So, I guess it's really enough talk. I've been waiting long enough for this and now I'm a little nervous something's gonna go wrong. But if I flip this lever, it should start the water pumping in, and then shortly after, the powerhouse should spring to life on its own. Please work. Okay, the water is flowing into the system, but it's not starting. I didn't think I needed to power the blaze burners because as you can see in the heat bar there is a single green line showing it is getting heat from just the default state of the blaze burners. But maybe if I light up a blaze burner, it'll hopefully start. If not, I got a little troubleshooting to do. I thought this was gonna work. Whoa, there we go. It was apparently a glitch in the system or something. I had to take off all the steam engines and then put one back on and it kicked off like it was working the whole time. But look at this. Let's go ahead and toss these other ones on, see if we can get the whole system going properly. All right, it looks good. We're currently at 93,000 stress units being produced, and I'm pretty sure that once this system gets moving, it will get even more than that. I've got to check some connections now, make sure all the things are going in the right directions, like this one here is going the wrong way. Okay, we have a working and stable system. As you can see, I did remove half of the steam engines. It turns out this is the maximum capacity I can reach right now is 98,000 stress units per tank. If I add any more steam engines, they don't add any more stress units, even though it says it should be. I believe the problem is it's not getting enough water for that, which is insane because each tank has its own infinite water source, which is pumping into the tank at max speed. So you would need multiple infinite sources pumping into each tank. And that doesn't make a lot of sense here, especially since I'm already generating almost 400,000 stress units. It feels so good to have this finally done. And now I can show you a little something else I threw in those few days of downtime. See the switch right here? If I flip that switch, that powers a whole nother system that had been waiting to get some power. And that system is right over here. It's running backwards, so I have to reverse that power, but some of you may recognize this from the sea pickle farm tutorial that I just put out. Yeah, that's what this is. It's my custom sea pickle farm using the create mod. I have it all set up. It was just waiting for power. So let me reverse these gears really quick and we can take a look at how the farm's working, and I guess even if it does work, because I haven't been able to test it yet. Okay, so I have the gears reversed. Flip this switch there and you'll see that block pops up into place. This will now complete the redstone signal, and whenever I'm done with it, I just turn it off and it goes away and the clock stops. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Start the clock, it's going, and yep, we got plenty of sea pickles coming in. Sea pickle farm is check, and we can see we've already got over 100 sea pickles in just really like 20 seconds or something. That's pretty nuts. You ever notice sea pickle farms sound a lot like a slime? Crazy. I've been running the steam engines for a little bit and I've been monitoring the lava levels, and you may be happy to know that lava in the lava pool below is still growing. That's right. So we may not have infinite lava, but we have a method of creating lava that's fast enough to keep up with our current lava demands. And that feels just great. This farm's been running for like 2 minutes and it's already got over 1,100 sea pickles. That is insane. And here we have the Skybase cockpit. That's right, we now have a control center where we can fly this thing anywhere we wanted, in our imaginations, of course. In the middle, we have a bit of a hollow table with the different factions and showing how we're strategically setting up to do battle with them. We've got light panels on the walls. We've got this thing in a stasis cell of some sort. We got piping of cool types. We got the spacesuits because we never know where we're gonna go, and all sorts of just really cool space decoration. We've got SB01 because this is Skybase 1. Here we have Hypnojo and Deosil seats, and of course, I'm the pilot. That's right. Where are we going? I have been busy out here. We've got a lot done so far, but there's still some more things I want to do. Time to build some smokestacks out at the warehouse. Well, if there was one thing the warehouse needed, it was a big giant smokestack like that is also functional as a super smelter. A super duper create smelter. This isn't like the one up on Skybase. It has 4 fan sources blowing, so it does cook even faster than the one on Skybase. So gotta love that. I use the same block palette as I did with the powerhouse, and I'm liking it a lot. Especially as more buildings start to fill up with this palette, I think this area is going to start to look really cool. Oh, and what's this? Oh, this is housing a little secret project. Yep, not too secret, you guys know. We've got a challenge coming up for villagers, and I needed villagers. They were far, far away, but I went on a mission, and I got a couple here, and I've been breeding them up, and now it's time to figure out what to do with them. You know what villagers really love? Sea pickles. Yep, that's right. And I recently did a tutorial on them using the create mod, and it came out really well. And if you want to see how to build that farm, why don't you check out that video right there, and I'll teach you all about it. But for now, everybody, thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you next time. Later. Deosil has shown me something that is just stupidly cool. And so we're going to focus on being just as cool as him today. And we're going to put in some more work down here on the base level of Skybase. First, Deosil and myself had to farm 18 wither skulls, which was so much fun to do. And we are going to use those skulls to get nether stars, of course. That's enough for Deosil, myself, and Hypnojo to all be super cool with this new item. So the next step for me, I need some beacons. Luckily for me, Dio is super cool already, and he has set up this nice, simple little wither chamber down here, so I can destroy withers with ease. Let's do this. No waiting, rushing right into it. And can I kill a wither by cheating? And oh my god, it's so loud. Crit, crit, crit. None of these are crits. I can't crit him. And boom, 1 star done. Yep, flex, no problem at all. Let's do that again, because we're so good, we don't even care how tough this is. Boom, and kaboom. Yep, no problem. And look at that. Armored invulnerable wither head and invulnerable wither head. Now, see this thing? The advanced wireless terminal. That is the magic goodness we are looking for. So first of all, you guys know we got this cool storage system where I have all this insane amount of loot all stored in one place and I can craft from it and everything. But all my loot is all right here. What happens if I'm over there? I gotta go all the way over there to get it. That's just dumb. With this cool wireless terminal, I can be anywhere within 64 blocks of my storage chunk and open it up. Pretty amazing. Now that right there is awesome, but I can still only go 64 blocks away. What happens if I want to go 1 billion blocks away? Well, can't do it. Or can I? So for this next step, I had to craft a beacon, and this is a full powered beacon. I'm getting haste to finally, which is awesome, but it's up here on the skybase, so it's not gonna reach that far. The reason I put it on skybase is because it needs to be within a certain radius of my storage terminal. Now, because of it being right here, I can go more than 64 blocks away. This should be good, and check it out. I can still use it. I can use it anywhere in the overworld as long as that chunk is loaded, which is the next problem. We also added a create mod chunk loader to the server, and that's where my second beacon went. It was required in crafting, and if you look at that windmill right there, you'll see something a little different. That little green thing right there is the chunk loader. Now for create mod chunk loaders, they have to be attached to some form of moving contraption or entity. Windmills are entities, so it works. And thanks to that, I can use my inventory anywhere. But it gets even better. You see, I made this a full beacon. That means that I can go dimension hopping and still use my inventory. I can craft from it. I can do whatever I want. All my hundreds of thousands of loot items in that massive storage is now at my fingertips no matter where I am. Gotta love that. Minecraft inventory issues are solved forever as long as we have this going. But how am I ever going to go back to vanilla Minecraft after this thing? Well, let's go build that control tower. And there it is, the control tower. I am loving it. I've put some more decoration in since you saw me build it just a second ago, but I've also done some other things. For instance, I removed tons of lighting in all those massive tunnels I created down below and slabbed over a lot of the area with more to come. Check it out. After that, I decided to run the powerhouse's energy all the way over to Alpha Base so we can use it for everything over there, and Deosil and Hypnojo can tie into it for their own bases if they need, because I've got so much power here, I need to share it. But here's what that looked like. So now that Alpha Base, aka the Den, has all the power it will ever need, I was talking to Deosil about Skybase. Skybase has been low on power for some time. I have barely any power up there to do anything. So I decided Skybase gets an upgrade. It took a lot of work to get the power up there and then redo all my systems to accept the power from different directions and all that. And it was already a tangle and a mess, but I've done it. And now Skybase has unlimited power and it's amazing. Everything's running at full speed. Love it. So this is the control tower symbol. We've added a new mod that adds all sorts of cool new decorations that are create specific, like these stairs right here. These are cast iron stairs, and we make them by burning and smashing iron. Then here we have catwalks. You can configure the railing on them, all sorts of cool stuff. We've got these awesome lights. You can turn them on and off, and there's a whole bunch of different colors. Really sweet. Now up here, still pretty bare. I do want to try to keep it as open as possible. We can look out wherever we want, and if we're looking from outside in, we can see all the way through. I really like that. There's a little control desk so far. We got power to it. We've got crafting if we need it, and we've got these cool lecterns. Oh, we got the time. And then we also over here have some monitors. I connected all of my vaults that are filling up with items that I'm farming so far with stockpile switches. And I configured it so that when the vault gets to 95% full, it'll send a redstone signal to these switches and will light up the light that's attached to them. So I'll know that that vault needs maintenance. Now sure, I could have the stockpile switch just turn off the system itself, but that's no fun. I built this control tower and it's for controlling things. But there's something else really cool. This control panel right here, let me just pick it up so we can see it a little better. I've connected it to these lights for testing purposes. Check this out. Boop, 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 and boop. Yep, I can light them all up. This control tower offers a great vantage point to keep an eye out over everything in my area and even see the other guys. But I did put a lot of decoration up top, so let's take a look with free cam up there and see what I did. Up top here, we've got a bunch of decoration. We got this fan thing. We've got things connecting things to other things. We've got a radar dish that's spinning around. We have a radar tower with those radar drums that you see on radar towers like that. All sorts of cool stuff that you would find on the top of a control tower, of course. This is a haunted bell, and I recently taught everybody who ever wanted to know everything about the haunted bell, everything they could ever want to know about it, and all the other bells in Minecraft. And if you want to find out just what was said, why don't you check out that video right over there, and it'll teach you all about it. For now, it's getting dark, and I've got a villager project to get started on, so thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. All right, you bullies, you've been brought on to teach these local villagers that their prices are just way too high. You're gonna do a little work for me and make sure they know what the prices should be in the future, and I'd really appreciate it if you... What? No! We are finally getting into our villager challenge with the create mod, and boy do I have a plan for today. I am gonna make a crazy villager turner with the create mod, but it is gonna require a ton of material, especially brass. I'm gonna need so much brass. And this is where I am getting all that wonderful brass. I also needed to get 3 zombie influencers. You just saw that happen. And I've gotten 3 more now, and these troops are even more prepared. They've got diamond swords and super cool hoods. So we'll be seeing them shortly. Well, plans are made, materials are gathered. Let's get to work. And the villager zombificator is complete. And look at this build. Definitely different from what I normally make, and I love it. And not to mention, we have this cool little neighboring build right next to us, the Deosil put together. Don't want to spoil it too much though. But definitely check out his video on his new train villager storage thingamabob. It's pretty amazing. But let's go over my villager turner, shall we? Over here you can see our zombie influencers. The villagers come along this orange track right here and stop on that little green spot right there to be influenced by the influencers for a short period, and then they move on. They then come over to this portal where I've supplied golden apples and weakness potions. Now this part messed me up, and this machine was so much more impressive. It had so many more gears and circuits, and then I realized it was pointless because if the machine feeds the apple to the villager, it does nothing. The player needs to feed the apple themselves to get the trades lowered or nothing happens. So now the villager will come to this spot and stop and wait for assistance. Whenever assistance is needed, these lights will be lit to let you know if you're in the area that, hey, villagers are needing help. And then you'll come on down, you'll press this button, and weakness potion will drop down for a moment and weaken the poor villager. Then you give them the apple, and you press this button, and they continue on their way to the next station. They then come into a nice relaxing little waiting room where they can enjoy themselves and just get to feeling normal again after their influencing. The villagers will spend 5 minutes waiting here, enjoying themselves, and then they'll move on to whatever is next for them. I say whatever is next because that's where the real technical side of this machine comes in. You see, a villager needs to be influenced 5 times to get the cheapest prices on trades. So they have to go around and around until they're fully done. But the game doesn't just know that it's been 5 times and eject the trader. No, I had to make a counting system and all sorts of things, and there are some crazy circuits going on the inner workings of this machine. Now, if for instance I don't want the villager to go around a whole 5 times, I can just come over here and push this callback button, which ends the current cycle when it's done. I also made a whole bunch of cart contraptions. Villagers will always be on one of these cart contraptions, which is a seat. And let's go ahead and set this cart off pretending like there's a villager on it. You'll see the light goes on. That means the machine is in use and cannot accept another villager at the time. This is where the influencers would be doing their influence for 15 seconds, and then it moves on and awaits my input. And as you can see, the lights are now on, letting me know there's a villager waiting. So I would weaken them, feed them, and then let them go on their merry way. Now the theme is steampunk, but it is also ruined, if you couldn't tell. That's why there's leaves inside, there's glass missing, carpet missing. This place is old and it's been beat up, but it's still hanging on. Look, we even got fence support showing through where the bricks have fallen away. Got leaves growing into the machinery. And yeah, this place has definitely seen some better days, but it's still working just fine. Now when the villager's done, they'll make their way back here and along this side, which is really just a hallway that's not meant to be seen. But then they end up back here at the beginning. Now after they're on their 5th cycle, this track junction here will flip and they'll go out the ejection right here. As they do, they'll hit that little detector rail down there, which will reset the whole system. And here we have the tower, which is fairly damaged. I really like how this came out. You can see the reinforcement where there's no brick. It's overgrown with leaves and nature's reclaiming the whole area. A whole massive cogwheel has fallen from above. And we got a little bit of a dome glass area up top. Really like how that turned out. Let's go ahead and make our way around to the back of the building and take a look down in the basement. So here we have our basement or cellar, whatever you want to call it. If you want to get in, we push that button there and bam, the door opens up. And I like to close the door just for safety's sake. And this is the basement where most of the magic is happening. So over here we have this line of redstone. This controls 3 different things. Now the detector rail I just showed you that resets the whole system powers this line here. And what it does, it resets the lights, it resets the tracks, and it resets the counter. Then over here, this is the main brains of the system. This is a counter that I came up with. And what's happening is every time the villager completes a cycle, it sends a quick signal to this redstone link right here, which pushes this observer into this switch, which powers it just long enough so it flips over and back. What that does is allow one sword from here to go into the next hopper. You'll see there's 2 swords there. Let me flip it again. There we go. Now there's 2 swords here, 3 swords there. And you'll see as this hopper fills up, this redstone line gets powered slowly. Right now it's powered to about there. Let's go ahead and give it another flip. It's now powered to about there. And when I flip the switch one more time, it will power all the way to the repeater, which powers that redstone link, which then sends a signal to this redstone link, which then sends power to these repeater thingies, and then flips this switch. Let's watch that happen really quick by flipping this. There you see it's powered, and this one's about to go off again, and it's powered, and now the whole system's reset, and we have 5 swords ready to count again. A very little known fact about turning villagers to zombies and back, that beds in their area can help reduce the amount of time it takes for them to turn back into a villager. Generally, it takes between 3 and 5 minutes on Java, but this can speed things up, so why not add them? There's a lot of technical numbers to it, so I'm not going to bore you with all the stats, but just know, put a bunch of beds in a close proximity to a turning villager and it will speed up their time of turning. Over here we have our tank, which is really full, and all of this is weakness potion. I have brewed up so much weakness potion, and it gets pulled out of this tube all the way up here and sent up above. Then over here, we have a bit of an automatic potion brewing system. This basin right here is always filled with water, and I can send fermented eyes into the system. I can either add them right here in this barrel, or I can put them in this sorter up above, and they drop down into the basin and get to brewing up. Now this is fully automated. First of all, there's a blaze burner down there that needs to be powered. So I have a deployer here filled with all sorts of fuel to fuel the thing, but I don't want it constantly being fueled, and I don't want the system constantly working. So I've got the system off when not in use. But if anything goes into this hopper right here, this comparator reads it and sends out some signals. And there you can see it's creating a little bit of a clock going as long as there's item in the hopper. If I take them out, it stops immediately and the whole system stops. But there could still be material in there cooking. So I had to leave the machine running. I've done the math. The max amount of items that can be stored in the basin waiting to cook comes out to right around 1 minute and 15 seconds wait time. So after 1 minute and 15 seconds, this machine turns itself off. So not only do we have a pretty amazing villager zombificator, we've got a super efficient and technical potion brewing system along with it. You know what's something that is super cool that the Create mod can do? Make 2-sided elevators that can get you up and down the highest of cliffs. I even made this great tutorial right there teaching you how to make this wonderful elevator. So check it out. It's even how I get up to Skybase. But that's going to do it for now out here at the Zombie Turnificator. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Such a mess. Out here at Skybase, it is just getting way too cluttered. I can hardly move around. There's junk everywhere. It's time to do something about it. Let's go build a place for all of this junk. I'm down here at the villager turning area, and we've got this new tree over here. Dio has put in this amazing new service to help us out. This is called the weather tree. All we do is we come up, push that button, and if it's raining, it turns the rain off. Now you may be thinking, that is super cheaty. Yep, sure is. But we are always trying to record, and every time we go to record, it is raining, and it just makes for dreary videos. And some rain's great, it's good ambiance and all that, but when it's always raining, kinda sucks. So we got this. Now I believe in the near future, we're gonna be putting some form of method of payment in. So like you pay a diamond block, the tree eats the diamond block, and the rain goes off. Pretty cool. And that way it'll be a little less cheaty. And this is the junkyard. I gotta say, you don't see many junkyards being built in Minecraft, and I am really loving what I came up with this one. I'm trying to make it as immersive as possible in here, and so far so good, I'd say. You can see we got some old, dirty, gross hay that's kind of rotting away. This must be the hay section. And we got a pile of junk. We got a faded old crafting table and other stuff and more stuff and barrels and all sorts of junk. And we got more junk here piling up. Barrels full of it all over the place. We got a barrel on fire and probably trash. Over here by this vault, you can see it's got some hay on top of it. The hay has been pretty bleached out from the sun. I wonder if it tastes any different. Then moving over here, you can see all these old crushing wheels. It's all overgrown. They've clearly been here for a while. They've got some supports keeping them upright. And oh, there's a little mechanical arm over there. Here you can see the lake. The fencing has kind of busted off and is now dangling down into the lake. Over here, we got some kind of rusty water, probably filled with metals and rainwater and all that. And just more junk. Looks like we got some kind of contraption here being made by whoever works out here. I guess that's one of the fun things to do if you work at a junkyard. You get to tinker together all sorts of crazy things. And over here, we got a bit of a work area and just more junk. And oh, this big thing. Do you happen to know what it is? I hope you do. It's a propeller pod from a skybase. Probably a junker that was never put into use, or maybe it just blew up in the air and that old skybase fell. Looking at my skybase, you can see there they are. And there's the rain. What did I tell you? But anyway, as you can see, we have the propeller pods attached to the skybase and it keeps it afloat. And I can go inside this propeller pod because it's all busted apart. There's junk everywhere lying on the ground. Pieces are missing. It's clearly seen better days. Coming over here, we got some old air conditioning units that probably stopped working because air conditioning always fails, right? And they've been decommissioned and more gross rusty water. But over here, look at this thing. We have a big old pipe system. Some form of sludge comes pumping through here. We got a bit of a leak we got to take care of over here. Clean up all this nastiness. Otherwise, it seems to be doing its job for the most part. It's probably seen better days, but looks like you could access it here if you wanted and draw some sludge out, and we got friends coming to visit, and no! I am really loving the vibe out here in this junkyard, even though it's raining right now. I do plan on filling this up more and more though. I'm really interested to see how cluttered it looks by the end, and if it still feels like a junkyard or just a mess by then. But let's keep looking around. Here we got some more machinery, a whole bunch of different things. Ooh, we got a little safe back there. Nice. Wonder if there's anything in it. I should check it out. Here we got an old bit of a catwalk that's busted apart. Over here we got some more junk and it's kind of overgrown, forgotten area. We got some old spruce logs that look like they've been here for a while. They should have been put to use, but apparently they never were. Coming up here, we got some retaining walls that help hold back this dirt section. And then we got a little bin over here that has all sorts of junk in it. And we got some more junk over here. More junk over here. Got an old cauldron and just more stuff. This beam right here, this is an antenna from a skybase. If we take a look over at my skybase, you can see one right there. This one though looks like it's probably been damaged, so probably doesn't work anymore. Probably why it ended up out here, huh? So let's keep going. Over here, looks like we got a copper section where all the old fluid stuff ends up. Old busted pieces of pipes that don't work anymore. Over here, we got another container full of gross, rusty water. And over here, we got a pile of old crafting tables that just never got used. Coming back over here, looks like we got a scaffolding going. Someone has probably been working on scrapping this propeller pod for materials. Can't blame them. There's probably a lot of good junk in there. Over here, looks like we got just some more junk gathering together. Oh, another flame barrel. Helps keep us warm out here on these rainy nights. And we got some more stuff. Looks like we got a bench. Someone must sit out here and look out at the beautiful, beautiful view of the lake and the industrial area and junkyard. So beautiful. Gotta love it. Heading back over here, it looks like we got a big pile of fans. I could actually really use those. I always need fans. Speaking of fans, you know what I love to do? Run up and jump up. Nope, this way. Yo! Jump down here. And as you can see, it looks like some junk has fallen down in the lake. Fallen or possibly thrown, who knows? But clearly it's getting messy down here. Whew, it is getting stinky out here in this junkyard. You know what would probably help? Some kind of potion of fragrance of some sort, or I guess maybe some flowers out here might help. But speaking of potions, you know what I recently did? I made one of the greatest potion brewing machines of all time using the Crate mod. This thing is ridiculous. It can brew any potion, any level, fully automatic, as long as you want to go that far. And there's a tutorial for it right there. So why don't you go check that out if you want to be a super cool potion pro like I am now because of this tutorial. So as always, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Did it work?
Oh, fail.
My cool exit. I was like, haha, losers later. Splat. Oh, it's late. Oh no, Dio and Hypno, they're probably waiting for me right now. We're supposed to get together for the big villager reveal challenge thing. So I gotta go. We gotta go. Let's go. Hey guys, we're back together. Yay.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey.
Pretty
Great,
good,
how are
pretty
you?
Good. I'm so happy to see you two again. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Busy and doing other things.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. I mean, some of you guys survived storms.
Barely.
Barely. And some of us survived work, which is a storm as well.
Well, we are finally getting to the villager challenge reveal, right? That's what we're doing here?
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. This has been a while in the making, and this was pretty tactical. Like, this is an impressive system we got going. I don't care what anybody says.
I second that. I mean, and it's not like we finished it and we didn't do anything for weeks on end.
Oh, no.
We worked on this till the very end.
Yep. We've been busy with other things and still getting this. And it's like at the end, once it was all done, we then had to tie it all together. So it wasn't done.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. It's been very fun. Again, I learned a bunch of new mechanics and stuff, so...
Nice, nice. I learned some things myself. Hypno?
Yeah, definitely. Big
Awesome.
learning experience.
Now, Hypno, I know you originally had a much more impressive farm because you had this insane, like, trader
No.
system that gave them their trading system ahead of time, and it was interchangeable and stuff. And we realized we didn't need it at this phase, so your machine turned into a little tiny thing, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean,
much.
you could say that.
To summarize, so we kind of screwed you over. Sorry, bud.
Nah.
But this is
Sorry,
still a key
Hypno.
integral portion of the farm. It starts with you. We couldn't do any of our stuff without yours.
Yeah, that's true.
You're so enthused. You know?
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
woke up an hour ago.
So did I. I think maybe I'm just delusional since I had massive lack of sleep. I'm sleep drunk.
Real simple, you put bread in here, and then you
Awesome.
can press this button to feed them, or over at your end of the system, it can initiate a feeding as well.
Awesome.
And I just have it set up here so that it drops 6 loaves of bread in, and it splits them up so it feeds each of them 3.
Oh, 2 of them sleeping. I'm calling them Hypno and Maya.
Aw, thank you. So they get fed bread there and breed, and the babies go down in the water to this waiting pile of villagers, huh?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
As you can see, we've bred a few already.
Yeah, waiting to go. Now I hooked up the
cool. Healthy
system,
amount.
or I hooked up an extra little button to my system so that every time we call a villager from your system, it feeds the villagers and they produce a new baby for us. So we take one, it replenishes. And
Nice.
it all works because Hypno's system. This was quite the craziness. There's so many systems involved in this, and protection from things going wrong, and like weird scenarios that you had to think of and make sure couldn't happen. And it was like programming a video game. It was pretty nuts. Not to brag.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine. I saw this happen in stages, and every stage looked very difficult.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I definitely learned a lot, and yeah, I feel like a Create Pro now. Could do it all until I can't.
No, now we're in trouble.
No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm sleep drunk.
Sure.
So let's talk about how this works. First of all, when you want to send your villager to your train and get it all working and all of that, you come here. This is the determinator of where they go when they're done.
Nice
Pretty
name.
straightforward. Right now, can
Yeah.
you tell what's happening here, Hypno?
Dio's track is set to receive a villager.
Yes, it is, because that light's on, and it's the only one. If I wanted to send it to miscellaneous, which is an extra track, right there.
Oh, I see.
Now that's
okay,
the
then
active
it's
one.
off there.
Yep, so wherever the light is, that's the active track. And this was honestly the toughest system to get working properly because of lockouts and all sorts of things. And yeah, but it finally works, and I'm so happy with it. Right now, we have one going to my track, right? So if I wanted to call the villager, I'd come on over here, and I'd press this Summon Villager button. And I just did. If we look in with FreeCam, we might be able to see him coming.
Oh, here he
Oh
comes.
yeah, here he comes.
Yep. And should be coming up out of this tube right now. Yep. I didn't see him. Oh, he's there. Okay.
Yeah, he went through.
Okay, and
Oh,
he's
wow,
right
poor
here. He
guy.
just got beat up by these wandering traders,
I always told you guys they're evil.
right? Now you heard that bell. That's to warn us that we have a villager waiting. There's also those lights above that tell us we have a villager waiting. That's because
That's cool.
we have to manually do this part ourselves. There's no way around it. So when they're waiting here to be cured, you come over, you grab yourself a golden apple. Then you find this button right here, the weaken button. It puts weakening potion down upon them. And gold. Did it work? Wait. Sorry, messed up. Golden apple, I got
There
it.
it is.
I was hiding my UI and threw everything off.
Yeah,
And then, there we go. Send them on their way. And right now, they're going to sit there for 5 minutes while they turn. They should all turn much quicker because I have plenty of beds in the general area. But just in case, I still went for the 5-minute timer because you never know. Cool.
Do they turn quicker the more beds there are?
Yeah. It's up to like 32 beds within a 9x9x9 block around them. Has a chance every tick to increase them by 1% quicker rate. Something pretty close to that.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Midnight
Minecraft
Light.
secrets. There's so many of those. And that's vanilla.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, while we're waiting for him to turn, let's take a look at a couple other things around here. First of all, this button right here. They'll go around 5 times because it takes 5 times to completely turn them to get the best trades. But say you want to get them out of there a little quicker for some reason. This button will end their current cycle. Now, it's waiting on that 5-minute turn. You still have to wait through that, but once it's done, it will send them on its way rather than doing the full cycles. Cool.
That's so cool.
Now, over here, this is a destination button. Right now, it's going to the train, which is where we want it. If they weren't going to the train, if we were using these for something else, you'd want to push that, switch the track, and it goes to that storage room right there. And that's just a place to hold them in the meantime while you're waiting or getting ready to use them, whatever, And it's up to you to come up with some good way to get them out of there because, there's no train track or anything hooked up to it. It takes the minecart contraption back. That's what that's doing in there.
Oh, I see.
Little
Oh,
hands
that's why it
holding
has a
down.
wrench.
Yeah, the wrench picks up the contraption.
Wow, learning tons today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't put a wrench in a deployer's hands because it just turns it. So you have to put it in there with a hopper. Only way to
Oh.
get it in their hands. Yeah.
I just learned something that I wanted to do the other day, and now I know.
Nice. Now over here, this button opens up the cellar.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Push it again.
We're trapped.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And there's a button right here that'll close it. So we're safe
Yeah.
when we're down here.
It's better.
And this is the brains of all of this and where I linked into your guys' systems too and all of that. So everything technical is down here, unless it's hidden in the floors. But yeah, this here is the counting portion of the machine. Here's our potion. As you can see, there's a lot. This is, yep, automatic potion brewing. It turns itself on, brews everything up, and then turns itself off when it's done.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty handy. And this over here, this is part of what was so rough with the whole track locking system to make it so they went to the right track. Yeah, there's a lot
This
going
looks
on.
insane.
This went through so many iterations trying to get it dialed in, but it finally works.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this looks really impressive.
Oh no, we missed it. It's already been 5 minutes. He's gone. So he should be in my slot then. If all went well, we've never made it this far. I haven't tested this portion yet, so I hope it works.
Oh, okay. So that's why you choose your train first
Yeah,
before you start the process, because after the 5 cycles, he goes directly up there.
yeah, or if you cancel it.
Okay.
So it should be, my train is over here. It's here. The system works.
Nice.
He's a little tall.
Okay, and it falls up from the back. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's a little tall. It's because of our minecart thing. You know, hey, if we aren't...
I can actually drop
we can,
it down.
Yeah, we can actually drop him down one. That would be way better.
But will it... Sorry, just brainstorming. Will this work? So he won't be...
I think so.
Because the reason why, if it goes down even further, we'll lose some of the floor.
Yeah, but that'll still be glued in perfectly right there.
Yeah. And then
okay.
the station can be right on this level, the workstation.
Yeah. Close your eyes. Okay. We're good.
Nightmares.
We didn't
Okay,
see
but now
anything, Dio.
I just heard it. The screams. Okay, so now it's off to my portion.
Yep. The amazing trains.
Oh, everybody's been calling them the Caterpillar Express. So,
Ooh, I love it.
so the whole idea about it was, in the early stage of this, I did not want to have a villager in my base or close to where I can hear it. And I kind of like the idea that they almost like cryopods. You send them away and they're frozen somewhere and they don't bother you. So I wanted to make a portable village storage that we can send away once we're done using them. So that's what we have right over there. But if you flick a lever, you can bring the villager cell out, and like Maya mentioned earlier, we will each have our own little row. So if you want your villagers, you just call your train. If you want to use one of Maya's or Hypno's, same thing goes. And the idea is the villagers will then come to you. You can just climb into the train and do all your trading right on the spot.
Love it. This
Very
is a
nice.
great design too.
Whenever we send a villager in, you'll just have to put on your workstation and just glue that to the floor or to the roof or whatever.
Yep. We're going to have to
'Cause
rethink
otherwise-
that now that if we drop them down below her, or below her a block, it's early, guys.
It's early. And then, yeah, so whenever you're done, you just flick the lever
Bye.
and there goes the caterpillar. Look at him smile. Oh, my word.
So happy.
Still can't,
Happy little
still
guy.
can't believe you told me that.
He hadn't seen the face in front until
Nah.
brought it up. It's just such
so-
a happy little face.
And they're quite cool.
Will it run me
They're
over?
Quite cool.
Nope. Oh, I
Yeah,
took some
kinda.
damage. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, that was this is my little fun contribution, and hopefully I'm done with villagers.
I guess the only thing we haven't looked at is the top. Should we take a look up there really quick?
Yeah, let's go look
Show
at
them
that.
how they get sorted into their individual stations.
This was a fun little on-the-spot collab thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, I mean, we just brainstormed a bit, and then Maya did all the work in building all of this up and
Dio's
getting it
design.
working.
And this
Yep.
mess of tracks, perfect network, sends them exactly where they'll need to go.
That's the thing. You say it's a mess, but it actually looks so cool.
Yeah, it's very symmetrical,
I nearly fell down.
and we're probably going to
Look at
cover
it.
this with something, right? Isn't that the plan, or
Yeah,
are
I
we going to
think-
leave it like this?
Yeah, I think in time we can add like a little structure over it. Maybe just look like a loading bay or something with like cranes or
Yeah.
not cranes, like just steel structures going over with the beams. Bit of bushes, a bit of trees, and a bit of whatever.
Perfect. This has been quite an undertaking.
This has been interesting. When you mentioned villagers, I was terrified.
Oh, really?
Not just that, because I don't like working with them. They annoy me. Because they run into corners. They don't want to move.
Right?
You have to struggle.
There's such a pain to move around.
Yeah, so that's why I just chose a place where I can put them away, keep them there. till I need them.
Nice.
I do like this challenge. It was interesting, and I learned a lot, like I mentioned. So it was fun.
Yep, definitely. I wonder if we're going to learn anything with our next challenge. What do you guys think?
Nothing at all. We're
I'm
going to learn
sure
to have a
we
lot
will.
more fun. No, we're going to learn to have fun, yeah.
Yep, definitely. Our next challenge should be a lot about fun, maybe a lot of stress, because we're going to be battling.
Ooh,
Time to battle it out, guys,
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
for supremacy of the server.
I think for that one we need
You
to
better
have
be
a
worried, Maya.
a prize.
Prize, huh? Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
I think so. For the next challenge, we each have to give something as entry, and the winner of the next challenge gets to keep it.
Ooh, I like,
like
that.
that.
I like that a lot. Awesome.
Shall we say? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll discuss it.
And any of our viewers may have noticed we had a poll out recently on what our next challenge would be. We gave 4 options, and the winner was Potato Cannon Arena. I mean, was it any big surprise? Because does anything sound cooler than that?
When I saw the options, I'm like, yeah, potato cannon.
Yep. Yep.
That's the one.
So we're going to build an
And-
arena. We don't really know what that is just yet, but we'll each have a third of the arena is the idea, and we can really put whatever we want in there. If we want heals, if we want traps, if we want whatever, get creative. You know, bunkers, barriers, throwers, anything. And it might be a
Parkour.
bit of a secret because you'll know your secrets of your area. You could lure us into a trap or whatever. Who knows?
I love it.
Right?
Yeah,
I think it's
sounds
fantastic.
fun.
And then we're going to battle it out with potato cannons. Boom. Well, guys, I think this has come together really well. And I don't know about you guys, but I have blueprints to build for my arena of destruction that's just going to chew you two up and give me an easy win later. This villager project has been so much fun, and honestly, it couldn't have been made possible if it wasn't for this amazing tutorial about blaze burners that I came up with right there, because honestly, it has nothing to do with it, but I just wanted to mention it, so there you go. And as always, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later. I am just flying around looking for a place for our potato cannon arena. After that, I have got a big beast of a machine to build. I'm hoping it comes out okay. It's a monster. We're going to be generating rose quartz, and it is no simple project, let me tell you that. But first, we got to find a place for our arena. Well, the basics of the arena are done. It's now ready for us to come on in and place whatever we want into our own little sections in preparation for the big battle. Let's take a look around and see what we've done. So as you can see, we've got 3 portions of the arena here. Deosil, Hypnojo, and myself will each take one portion and build all sorts of stuff within it. I put up these wood logs as a bit of a privacy screen for us and gave us the rule, no peeking loud. So when it comes time for the battle, we will take down these logs. And if all goes well, I've hooked up a little system that should take care of it. Each wall of logs has the saw attached to them. When we're ready, we're gonna come in, pick up our keys right there, place them on the saw, and take down the walls. I've hooked up this max level windmill here to give us 8,000 stress units of power if we need it for anything. Hopefully that'll be enough to handle our power needs out here, but if we need more, we'll make more. So this is my side of the arena. I'm gonna get started on this soon, but not right now, but let's take a look at my safe area. First of all, if we're in battle and we come to a black door, we can't go in it, even if it's our own, because this is our safe off-limits area. This is where we store our extra gear, set our spawn, sleep when we need to, and if we lose a battle, we can come back and hang out on the wall and watch things as they progress. Here we have Deosil's safe area. As you'll see, I made all of them a little bit different, so they're unique, but they all have the same amenities. Right here, these are Potato Recovery 3 books. I've got a librarian in the train now selling these, so I thought I would do a good deed and give a couple to Deosil and Hypnojo. And finally, here we have Hypnojo's safe spot. A little cramped in here, but he can take it. Not trying to throw him off his game at all, of course. take advantage of his claustrophobia. He just had such limited space to put his safe spot in out here. With the arena now ready to accept construction, I am on to my next project. It's back to Skybase. Let's go. This beauty here is the Rose Beast. I call it that because it is a monster of a machine. Its main purpose is for generating rose quartz. Now let's take a look at this mess and see what everything does. So it all starts off right here with a cobblestone generator. We can also throw any material we want in here and the machine will place it wherever it needs to go, and if it's not something that belongs, it'll toss it into a discard box. As the cobble generates up top, it gets broken and placed into this vault. Once in the vault, it gets kicked out into these grindstones. As you can see, we got some gravel there that is part way through the process. These first grindstones turn the cobble into gravel. The second ones turn the gravel into sand with the byproduct of clay balls and flint. And as you can see, we've already been generating some just in testing the machine and dialing everything in. It's kind of hard to see in there, but the sand gets separated out and then moved in between those soul campfires. Fans are blowing on them and haunting the sand. And when the sand becomes haunted, it turns into soul sand. It works its way through this storage here and into the next section if needed. In this next section, you can see some soul sand right there and fans and water. We're washing away the soul sand to get the material inside. What is that material? Well, it's golden nuggets, and you can see we've got some already, and quartz, the main focus here. This was the best way to get quartz, and quartz is what we need for our rose quartz. Right here you can see we've currently got 2,300 and something in there in storage already. And the way this works is the quartz will come out here up this conveyor and it will go into this basin. But this basin will fill up and we have a bit of a bottleneck here that I'm going to talk about in a second. But once this basin is full, quartz will start to build up on the conveyor belt. When it does, I have a hopper pulling it into the vault. That way it doesn't lock up the machine and we can keep generating more quartz for all sorts of other stuff. Once it has enough quartz and redstone here, this mixture goes to work and it'll then spit out rose quartz onto this conveyor belt, which goes into these tunnels. The tunnels split the rose quartz evenly from one side to the other. Any rose quartz that ends up on this side gets stored here as rose quartz. And the reason we're collecting this, if we put it in a stone cutter, you can see we get these blocks. There, you see them right there. Looking pretty good. The other half of the rose quartz ends up on this conveyor. And if we creep in here with FreeCam, you can see we've got a deployer up here with sandpaper in its hand. The rose quartz that comes on this conveyor will get sandpapered by that sandpaper and then sucked into this vault right there. Any material that doesn't belong ends up in this barrel or this vault. Pretty handy. And the machine is also ready to accept and craft iron sheets, which end up in this vault because they're combined with the polished rose quartz to make electron tubes, which we will need a lot of. But we don't want them all turned into those because they also have their own blocks they can be turned into, as you can see right there. Now sandpaper, it goes quick. It can only polish 8 rose quartz at a time, so I hooked up this vault here that I store sandpaper in to keep the machine running, and it's currently got 171, so that'll last a while. And there's plenty of space, and I've got plenty of materials that I could fill this thing up with sandpaper and not ever have to worry about it again, which is what I'll probably do. Now back to the bottleneck of redstone. To make rose quartz, it only takes 1 quartz, but it takes 8 redstone, and I'm not generating it here. As you can see, that's a big problem, and redstone's fairly limited for us at this point. Deosil's actually making this amazing redstone generator, which inspired me to make one of my own to hook up to the system. But we're not going to do that today. Dio will be doing a tutorial on his redstone machine though, so I highly suggest keeping an eye out for that because it is amazing and super useful. And it's pretty crazy how it's made. But for now, we're going to take a look at this thing in action. This is the power switch right here. Let's turn it on, get everything spinning. Now the machine works pretty fast, so once I throw the redstone dust in it, it's gonna fly down this belt and we'll run down there and try to catch everything happening. And there we see it's mixing away, and right there we have redstone going into the tunnel and getting polished. And it has already went through those 2 stacks of redstone in no time. That's because it takes so much redstone. But we've got a little more of each, and once we have our redstone generator hooked up to this thing, the sky's the limit. The Create mod is so amazing. I mean, look at what's going on here. You know what else is super amazing is the Better Minecraft mod pack. I hardly know what's in it and I already love it. And I recently had my first ever experience in Better Minecraft, not to mention my first ever experience in hardcore. If you want to see what happened, check out that video right there. It's pretty crazy, let me tell you. But for now, I've got some work to do out here. I've got a redstone generator to prep and my arena side to build. So I gotta get to work. But as always, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you next time. Later. We are down here at the trader train, and I am so happy that we are. This week was a little rough for the server. The world went down. There was corruption in the Create mod's infinite lava source, and we almost lost the world completely. It was season over, but on the 11th hour, we came through and managed to fix the problem, and after much fighting, we've got the world back. But anyway, the Rose Beast has waited long enough, and today, it comes to life. But first, we are doing some trading with our traders. Check this out. This is our section of the trader train, and it's looking magnificent. I've got every trader I want, selling all the things I want, and I am super stoked about it. Deosil did such an amazing job on this train, and now, back in their hole. Well, the beast isn't gonna build itself. Let's get to work.
All right. Ooh. Look. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. Here I go, coming. I can't ever stop. I'm a tour de force running. Get me to the top. I don't need an invitation. I'm about to start a celebration. Let me in. Brought a good time plus some friends. Turn it up loud past 10. Turning up the crowd when I hit them with the pow. Yeah, the party never ends, cause if you want that, whoa, I can give you more. Come on, yeah, let's go. If you want that, whoa, I can give you more. Come on, yeah, let's go. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that yippee, yeah, that's on me. Homie, yo, my God, I'm on geeks. Break next when I strut to my own beat. Yeah, I'm putting on a show when it's all free. Ay, catch me in the spotlight. I can't get enough, do this all night, alright? All likes, no hate. Ay, ay. Gas me up, no breaks. Wait. If you want that, whoa, I can give you more. Come on, yeah, let's go. I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow. I got that wow.
Just look at this monstrosity of a machine. I thought it was going to be a little bit more compact than this, but it is stretching across the entire factory floor. And as chaotic as it looks, I gotta say, I kind of love it. So let's take a look at our additions. First of all, we have this portion here. This is the pod. that makes all of the strength potion, because we have to pour strength potion on cinder flower to get redstone. And that's how we're going to get all the crazy amounts of redstone that we need for this project. So this giant tank that goes way down into the ground is pretty full of strength potion already. This is my basic brewing setup that I've been using. This side brews awkward potions and this side brews strength potions. Just like all ingredients that we need to add to the machine, they're added right here. They get processed on either belt depending on what they need to be doing. Some stuff needs to be grinded down first. Some stuff just needs to go to its right places. And if they're needed for potion brewing, this belt here will pull the items out of the system where they're picked up by the brewing system, and then any excess gets brought back around into the storage. Any ingredient that's needed for redstone brewing will come along here and get sucked in by this funnel. Once the ingredients are in there, they're sent out either this funnel or this funnel, depending on where they need to go. And then the finished product of this side of the machine, strength potion, gets squirted on cinder flower and we get redstone, which is then brought down into this funnel and turned into rose quartz. And once we get a good supply of rose quartz built up, I will also start saving redstone, because that stuff's been actually a little rare and we never seem to have enough of it. Up here on the top of the machine, you can see I've added this bit of a contraption. What's going on here is we're automating sandpaper that gets put into the system. Right now the vault's full. We've got 180 sandpaper in there ready to go. But once we get below 75% sandpaper, it'll turn on and call sugarcane from over there at that farm, and it'll bring it up along this conveyor belt and into this section right there where it turns the sugarcane into paper. And then the paper gets dropped down into this slot. And we still need sand to make sandpaper. So I made this whole section over here just for that little bit of sand we need for the sandpaper. But honestly, we're generating tons of sand. We got 10,000 already and much more on the way. So it's a win-win. The way this works is the drill mines up the cobblestone and puts it into this vault here. Then the cobblestone is instantly dropped out of the vault onto this conveyor belt through these crushing wheels, where it gets grinded up twice and ends up turning into sand and comes out right there. Also, you hear that sound? Tss, tss. That's lava burning up items. This also produces clay and flint, and I don't really want that extra clay and flint because we're already collecting it down there. So clay and flint here is getting sent right into a bit of lava that's hidden right inside those blocks. I do believe the system is all ready to go, and all it's going to take to turn it on now and start generating everything is to flip this switch. So let's turn it on and see if it works. Right away we have redstone being mixed up into rose quartz right over there. That's great to see. Potions are brewing away. Everything's working perfectly. Redstone's being crafted. Let's see what we got. We're already up to 103 polished rose quartz. Awesome. The machine is alive. While we let the beast work away, let's take a quick look at a little other farm I tossed in here just to help my future decoration needs. Right here, this little thing automatically farms something that normally cannot be automatically farmed. Can you guess what it is? If you guessed grass, you're right. Check it out. We flip this switch over here, the machine comes on, the grass block starts getting bone mealed, grass is formed, and shears are picking it up, and we're getting tons of grass in here, plus some flowers on the side. Being a builder, I like to set each piece of grass exactly where I want it, so this makes things a lot easier for me. I don't have to bone meal an area and then take out all the extra. I can put it right where I want it. You gotta love it. And I threw in this little familiar contraption right here alongside it just to aid the machine itself. All this is a composting machine. I build these all the time, but it's got a little bit of a different look because we've got different blocks to use here. But we take excess material that we gain over here and we put it in this chest up here, and it gets composted down in no time. And since I'm using chutes instead of hoppers, it composts at like 5 times the speed of regular composting. We're over here in the powerhouse to take a look at what went wrong when we almost lost the world. Let's go down here into the basement, into the bowels where all the heating is done. Well, these buckets here were not filling up with lava. That's because no lava was coming out of this spout whenever a bucket would show up. At first we thought no big deal, just a little bit of a glitch. I replaced the hose, sent it back down, and things seemed to be working again. But it broke again in no time. And so I started messing around with the lava trying to fix it. And before we knew it, the server crashed and was stuck in a reboot loop. The crazy thing, when we went to our backups, the backups would crash as well. And we discovered this had been a ticking entity for quite a while in the system and had just blown up and somehow infected previous saves, which makes no sense. After much investigation, we found the problem, we were able to get the block removed, and we are back in action. And for the very first time when I logged in today, I received this achievement. Tapping the metal. Pump from a body of lava large enough to be considered infinite. Even though I had been doing that for weeks, I finally got credit. And that was after we fixed the glitching system. So, if you're dealing with infinite lava and you start seeing random crashes and stuff going weird and lava not spouting, take a look at these things. They might be ticking out of control. Maybe start making some extra backups of your world. These toolboxes have made my life so much easier, and I love them so much, I just made a great little tutorial about it, and that's it right there if you're wondering what it looks like. Check it out if you want to see all the coolness involved with toolboxes. That's right. As for now, I got some arena building to be planning. We have a potato war coming, and it's a battle I don't intend to lose. So for now, everybody, take it easy, and I'll see you next time. Later. Aw, dude, sucks. Sucks so bad.
Okay, now you must be joking or something, because I just got you for the first time.
What? Where am I? Wait. Someone has trapped me? This will not stand. How dare they trap me? This insult cannot go unpunished. I must find out who's done this to me. This grave, terrible thing. And I'm gonna find who did this and we're gonna get some revenge. When Deosil pranked me, he probably thought he was gonna get away without any repercussions. Well, that is not the case. Today, I take my revenge, and it will be sweet. Not only am I taking my revenge, I am going to take part of his house. Because why not? I'm here in my little secret tree base where I've hooked up a bit of a contraption. When I spring this contraption, it will remove the house from existence, and I will put it in my pocket so that I may tease Deosil with his half of a house. Haha, this seems a fair payback for his crimes. So now we go ahead, flip this switch. His house is now a contraption, and it is now mine. Ha ha ha! Enjoy your empty space, Dio. Oh no, a stray armor stand. At least he's got somewhere to hang his tears. And with my secret base back in stealth mode, I can now sit back and wait for my chance to enjoy Dio's suffering. It's going to be so sweet. And my side of the arena has been built. And I need to keep most of it a secret, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I'm not going to show you what it does just yet. But I think you'll be surprised when the battle starts, because my side of the base is going to drive Deosil and Hypnojo completely mad. So let's take a look at the decorations. Here's my armor ready for the battle. The armor is loaded with enchantments that I think is going to be perfect. We're all going to be using the same armor in it, and that's all copper armor except for the legs. The legs are leather armor, so we can also dye them our colors. And if we go into the arena, we can see this is my main kind of home base area. This is where I come to get safe, as it were. I've got a little hidden area inside here. And with all these banners, I might be able to hide pretty well as a prize 'em. Coming out this way, we can see we got a little bit of a lowered area so that we can hide a little better behind our barricades. It's all about layers here and levels. I got walls all over to hide behind to protect me from incoming fire. Here's another one over here with a gate to shoot through towards Hypnojo's side. Some of this stuff is actually decoy to keep my competitors on their toes so they'll never know what to expect. And then we got an area over here. Yep, nothing sus about these big open areas I may have left. We got this area right here. I can go up and I can shoot, pew, 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 pew. Take them out from above. Oh yeah, and here's the top of my home base section. I've got a good vantage point of the rest of the battlefield. From here, I will rain destruction down on my opponents. It's gonna be great. So there we go, that's my side of the arena. And yeah, I can't wait to show you what it does. But as for now, let's go take a little revenge on Deosil. Oh no, Deosil just joined. And yep, I've still got his house in my pocket. Okay, I'm waiting for Deosil right now to officially get on. When he does, I'm gonna say, let's meet up at your house. I'll be there in just a minute, and then I'll rub it in. The trap is laid. Perfect, he says. Little does he know just how perfect it is. Oh, there he is. I found him with free cam. He's looking around doing stuff. I need you to go upstairs. Yeah, oh, he's going upstairs. Come on, Dio. Oh no, where's he going? Wait, turning around. And... did you see it? Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. He's freaking out. What happened, Dio? All right, let's go. Dio, you here?
Yeah.
Hey, bud. Whoa. Oh, hey, what's up? I love what you did with the place.
I didn't do anything with this place.
What? What? Oh, dude.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be recording or not.
Is this a problem with our mods? Oh, dude, sucks. Sucks so bad.
Okay, now you must be joking or something, because I just got you for the first time.
Me too, man. This is crazy. Wow. At least you got your dragon egg still.
At least I've got some air conditioning.
Yeah. Wow. This must be in a chunk
At least,
or something.
at least my chest with my my chest with my valuables is gone.
Oh no. Hey, there's some diamonds in here. Diamond stuff. Oh, sucks so bad.
Dude, I have a question. What did you do?
What do you mean?
I just have a feeling this has you written all over it.
Remember some weeks back, you barricaded me in my sky base?
That was a barricade. This is my living quarters is gone.
I had 2 trapdoors I had to remove. That was
Yes.
the shock of waking up to that. Oh.
I had such a fright when I got out now. Can I buy the rest of my house back?
Yeah, I actually got it here in my pocket. Here you go.
Oh, I can see it. Did you contraption my house?
I may have. Was this armor stand always here?
I cannot remember. No, I
Oh,
think
no.
it was. I think it was standing on a counter. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only thing I wasn't sure on. I also here, I have 3 paintings here for you that didn't make it in the transfer.
Yeah, on that tree, and I turned around and I'm like, well, something's not loading in. And then I glided down, and I was like, no. So is this like a belated April Fool's joke?
Yeah, revenge prank for what you've done to me, trapping me in Skybase.
You should have actually just told me to log on and record. I would have I don't know. I would have just called it quits.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it away. I felt if I told you that, you'd know something was up.
Yeah.
So I was trying to catch you.
Oh man, it scared me. It scared me so much.
I bet. I was nervous doing
Oh.
it because like I made a schematic of it. I tested it out in a creative world to make sure I could take it and not screw up your base. So hopefully this works as intended. Well, my secret base was a lot of fun. I didn't get to use it very much, and I've already shown Deosil where it's at, so probably won't be able to use it anymore. So I might as well put it back in its old tree form. Looking good. Check out Skybase way back there, looking all cool. Can barely see it, doesn't matter. Still pretty cool. Want to know what else is cool? Teleportation. Check this out. Boop. That's right, teleportation. It's the only way to travel. Using Create Mod and Stasis Chambers, I am able to teleport back to Skybase from anywhere, and it's pretty awesome. And I even made a tutorial on how to do this. And it's right there. Yeah, so check it out. As for me, I got some training to do. I got a battle to win, and I don't plan on losing this one. So time to go train like a Jean-Claude Van Damme montage. Later, everybody. Hey everybody, I am here in my panic room, I guess you could say. It's a vault panic room. I initially planned for this to be something else and it just didn't fit in here, so I turned it into this. Anyways, I plan on building a kelp/bamboo farm today. It's gonna be great. I figured I'd mix those two farms together because they'd work together well in a create machine. So that's what we're gonna go for. By the way, this panic room is only accessible through my remote control. Couldn't be cooler than that. Yep, nobody's getting in there. So I just finished throwing this farm together. It's a sunflower farm, and it's gonna be giving me all the dye I need. We're using this mod called Create Deco, which adds all these great blocks that work perfectly with the Create mod. And it also adds a bunch of great bricks. And the Dean block is the brick we've been using a lot of in our builds out here. It seems to fit well with the pallets. Now to make this block, we need yellow dye, and I have gone through so much yellow dye, and that's why I finally threw that little farm together, so we don't have to worry about farming that yellow dye. We can just come over here, flip the switch, the bone mealer goes to work, and we collect all the sunflower we would ever need, so yellow dye is no longer a problem. You also notice these are brand new from Create Deco, so I thought I would add them as supports in here. I think it really helps to fill in the area nicely. Here you see we got a bit of a generator of some sort, kind of like you would see in Star Wars almost, or something like that. And I'll go up top in a moment and show you the other side of it. But if you look here, we've got some problems. It looks like moss has been spreading throughout the area, and we got some kind of big wooden growth down here. It looks very much like roots. But yeah, why don't we head up to the top deck and see what's going on? Well, we got a big tree that's growing in front of my house. And we got a bunch of moss, and it looks like a little bit of a pond. Not much of a pond, though. We got water spillage. You know, this boiler has been leaking for a while. I meant to take care of it, and I guess I haven't done it quick enough, and I guess stuff's taken over, but it helps fit the theme, kinda. We've got to have some nature up on this sky base, don't we? And I think this tree really helps to bring in that missing aspect a little bit. I also put in a little bit of a stasis chamber. I can teleport here whenever I need with my remote control, and I've got tons of ender pearls to reload once I pop in here. Now over here past the tree, you can see the top of the generator. I like that the top deck is starting to fill up with some decoration finally. The clutter actually makes it feel a lot more like home. And then right here, I've added an entrance, a special entrance, in case we get any special guests. Using a lot of brass here, and you can see I've finally settled on a flag for the season. That's going to be it. I really like it, and I think it fits well with the theme we've been going for. Coming down this red carpet, it goes straight to the elevator, so this is where guests would likely come up, and they would be greeted with this view as they arrive on Skybase. Now you may notice we got some stuff on the side here. These are amenities for our guests. We have mutton because that's the food I was originally growing up here, and I've got a ton of mutton. We've got chocolate, which is a lot harder for me to produce, but I am doing it just because it's chocolate. Come on, we want all of our guests to have chocolate, and you gotta have milk with chocolate. So all you gotta do if you want any of this stuff, come on up, pick it up, and it gets instantly replaced. It's pretty cool. Oop, give me that back. And then on the other side over here, we have experience orbs, rockets, and abyss watchers, I believe they're called. Let me take a look. Yep, abyss watchers. These things are pretty cool. You right click them and it brings up a teleporter UI. I can go to all these places. It still costs a level, so it's not super cheaty, but it's a waystone I can carry with me and use to escape from a bad situation. I'm down here at ground level of Skybase to show you something else pretty cool that was just added to the Create Deco mod. And it's not these cast iron stairs. These are what I used to use for stairs around the warehouse, but now they've added catwalk stairs. Look at these. I'm using catwalk stairs anywhere I was using those cast iron stairs before, and it is a massive improvement. What do you guys think? Well, now that I've caught you guys up with a lot of the things I've been building so far, it's time to make that bamboo and kelp farm, so let's get to work. Look at that farm in the distance, looking all majestic. I am so happy with how it turned out. If we were to leave our factory over here, we can take this side path and over this little bridge that we just threw in. You guys saw it. I think it came out pretty well. I've terrained the area and now we have a path directly to our farm. And when we get to the farm, this is where we generally would come. Right here, this is access to our storage. You can see I already have 71,000 bamboo and 68,000 kelp. And I put in this little art piece in the front here to commemorate what is made here. As you can see, the bamboo and kelp processing plant. Yep, so we got this thing, which is pretty nice. But let's take a look at the farm. I've got 3 levels here. The first 2 levels are growing kelp. And we got a radial arm that goes around constantly filling up its inventory and placing it all into the vault. Once the vault's full, it'll shut the farms off, and then they won't reactivate until there's space in the vault. So it's a really nice way to keep the system topped up and as lag friendly as possible. If we were to walk around the side, we can take a look at what's going on. I plan on adding some more buildings and stuff around here in the future so we can see in the top floors a little better. But so far, so good. It's created a really nice vibe over in this area, and I'm happy to be expanding across the river finally. Skybase is really growing. These farms would be so much more difficult if it wasn't for one amazing addition from the Create mod, the redstone link. It's wireless redstone, and it makes our building processes so much easier. I recently made a tutorial about it, and it's right there. So if you're interested in wireless redstone and how it all works, why don't you take a look? And if you do, I hope you learned something. As for now, for me, I got more work to get to, so I'm gonna go. So I'll see everybody later. Have a good one, everybody.